Okay, back to where we were at.
Hello.
Didn't see you there.
How long you been standing? Sorry for the late start, the technical issues, the delays. It's been a busy period of time for everybody, and getting everything set up kind of with the new advancements we had made did not go as smoothly as we had hoped. That being the case, we are going to attempt to dive right in. With finger guns having been charged with collecting the 5 pillars of heaven to a currently unknown purpose, they set forth, and after having collected 2 of these pillars by fighting various beasts and making various allies and connections and completing tasks, they find themselves pursuing Skadi's heritage and her father's role and involvement in some events that had taken place in the Feywild. In pursuing and investigating these circumstances, the group returned to Skadi's home of Kala to find that the visions she had been having of her city being ransacked by demons had already come to fruition long ago, and found that the remaining denizens of her former neighborhood of sorts in the mountains was now just as populated, but all of her former friends, family, and people she knew from home were undead versions of themselves. After having fought off a vast majority of her former neighbors and family friends, her mother's undead form was then swiftly executed by the rogue among the group, before ultimately deciding to stay mission-oriented. Finger Guns eventually found a hidden artifact room created by Skadi's father under the longhouse within the village. After the extended fight with a dragon golem that was set off as a defense mechanism for various reasons and through various triggers, the group eventually emerged victorious to find that a great deal of the artifacts kept in this room were used, given to, or otherwise procured by Skadi's father, essentially for the purposes of completing these journeys that have been documented in his journal. With various circumstances going a very strange and odd way, the group suddenly found themselves not only able to go to the Feywild to follow in her father's footsteps, but thrust into the notion as Skadi charged through the portal, chasing down her father's footsteps, and in a very reluctant sweep of following suit, the group also joined her in the Feywild. After sort of gaining their bearings and beginning to look around and take stock of the circumstances they were in, the group found a structure in the Feywild that they decided to seek out for advice, counsel, or potential assistance. The castle turned out to be the Fortress of the Eldritch, an ancient race of Feywild elves who by themselves are both militaristic and inherently dangerous. And upon the group's entry and discussion, were not very receptive to the group's advanced attempts to develop a dialogue. However, due to their persistence or bravery or stupidity or whatever brought them back to the door, the Eldritch eventually put the group in a position of discussion and were requested to collect a power stone for the Eldritch in exchange for assistance in getting to the Black Marsh, where they believe the third pillar, a pillar of the 5, is thought to be. Not knowing anything about the Black Marsh, how to get through it, or how to navigate through it, they decided to agree to the terms of the Eldritch's offer and set off dayward, chasing down the Blue Forest, where they were told the pixies lived who had absconded with the stone some time long before. The group continued to travel forth, narrowly avoiding combat encounters and who knows what else, until deciding to take a rest after having gotten lost. Sort of by force, as they were having the Feywild shift around them and could not cover any ground. During the long rest, Sproigins, the group's bard, cast the magnificent mansion, pulling them temporarily off of that plane to a small pocket dimension where safety was more abundant. And resuming the next day, the group carried forth towards the Blue Forest, where the group had encountered spectral figures that seemed to tie to the group's past. Skadi's father in spectral form, an individual called Dagalon, and Spillion, who is Sproigins' father, were all part of what appears to be some type of theatrical illusion that played through a battle and circumstance that had taken place in the Feywild some time ago. With these three adventurers in their spectral form, there was also a fourth individual wearing dark armor, carrying sharp swords that the group has yet to officially identify, but is believed to be tied to the mysterious and still unknown potential past lives of Walker, the group's elven rogue. After watching the spectral force take out a large worm-like abominable creature, the group found themselves sort of snapped back into the forest in this illusory sort of presentation fading away to reveal that they are actually, in fact, right on the breach of the Blue Forest, and after a very short jaunt inward, discovered they were essentially surrounded by a number of invisible pixies who had been trailing them for some time. The group decided to make their best attempt to talk to and communicate with the pixies on a cordial level to see if reason could be had. And it turns out that the pixies are somewhat territorial, almost nationalistic, some might say. And outside of the general realm of their force, had no real interest in dealing with the group. However, they also offered assistance to the group, navigation through the Black Marsh, if they were to take a fraudulent stone of power back to the Eldritch and use it as a detonation device to blow their fortress up. The group also agreed to do this. However, the pixies, being perhaps more arcane in nature, or perhaps more thorough and deft of mind, had Sproigins bond with the rock that they gave him in some form of enchantment, seemed to take hold of his physical form as the stone was placed in his hand. The group then decided to collect, gather their thoughts, talk themselves out of trying to fight a dozen pixies, and then immediately traveled via plants back to the forest edge line right outside the Eldritch Stronghold Fortress, where they are determining what the next course of action will be. So, what happens next?
Dude,
Well,
Sproigins has a face.
we gotta blow them up.
Why?
You know why?
Because the pixies told us to? The pixies were assholes.
Okay,
I mean, the Eldritch are also
if
assholes.
I don't blow them up, I blow up.
We don't know that you will up,
I'm pretty sure Papa Pixie is.
but you probably will
I'm
up.
probably gonna blow up.
But why did you bond to that thing then?
Because I was gonna do something stupid.
Like, kill all the pixies.
Oh, there's no way I'm gonna kill all the pixies. I'm not that
I
stupid.
think we should kill all the pixies. They turn people into plants.
I don't think that's
And
nice.
then live in them.
Live in some of them.
Just the Eldritch.
Just the Eldritch. But,
That's vicious.
Right? Right.
like, Cartus Mushroom.
Vicious AF.
So, how far away are we from like,
There is
Stronghold?
the 150-foot swath of trees that are cut down outside the perimeter, and you guys find yourselves about 20 feet inside the tree line from that. So probably just shy of a couple hundred feet from the place where you originally approached the fortress.
Okay, Skadi, can you try to do locate object to see if you can find Their stones?
I mean, like, yeah, but do you think they have them all in one room?
That's what the pixies said, is that they have a room of them.
No.
Which is why they're like, here, take this bomb, blow up everything.
Blow it all up. Yeah, can I try locate object?
Okay. Let me quick double check, because you haven't seen any of these ever.
No, but I assume one of them is similar to the one that Sproigins had bonded with him.
That's probably.
And she did locate object with the one that they had.
But I also saw the fake.
And she also knew of the item. So what are you trying to sense?
I am trying to sense a certain magical type of rock.
Okay, well, one does ping within the 1,000 feet of you.
That one. Are you able to sense, like,
Does
a
it tell
room
her
of
where it
magical
is?
stones?
Yeah, you are able to tell where it is, and it's the one you have, but based on that description, I would say that's the only thing that comes up. As you don't have any familiarity with what any of these others do, you don't have the name of any of these other stones, and I would say unless you have something that you're attempting to locate specifically, you don't have the ability to generally use descriptors to hone in on a specific.
Okay, well, I found that one.
Do you think do you think the other one is too far away, or?
Well, the other one that's like similar to that one is back with the pixies.
No, I mean, like, are you able to find, are you able to find, like, rooms or buildings? Like, what does the object mean?
Can you do
Like
your
forbidden rooms.
scuttle up a tree and see if you can see any guards on the
Is
walls?
the room of
Going up the trees.
stones too far away?
Okay.
Or
As you
It
begin
just locates
to
the closest one.
move upwards,
just
climbing relatively straightforward, the denser tree line being somewhat back within the edge of the cut down area. You're able to get up there relatively easy. Go ahead and make a perception check.
That's not good. Oh, but I have good perception. 13.
Nope. 13.
Yep. You don't see a lot of specifics. The branches are kind of obscuring some of the general.
You look kind of similar to.
You're seeing silhouettes moving. You're seeing people that theoretically would be stationed or on patrol. It's difficult to tell how many, or especially at a couple hundred feet away, but you're seeing that there are people on the battlements.
Do I get the feeling with their distance and our distance that I can just yell down to Sproigins that they're still there without thinking that that's gonna like echo over to them, or would I
pass a message? Walker, what do you see?
Good call.
Yeah,
You can whisper. I'll hear you.
same thing. Nothing's changed.
What does that mean? I need to know specifically. You see people.
They're still up there. They're doing the thing where they walk this way and then they walk that way, and then they just cross paths occasionally.
How far apart are they?
How far apart?
Well, with the stretch of the wall that you guys are looking at, that's like 500 some odd feet, you're able to pick out at least some individuals on the main two sort of pillars that are over the door.
Okay.
And you can see kind of gradually at least 3 sets of shifting bodies on this array. So there's probably a dozen people total that you're able to sort of see on the stretch of the wall, approximately.
Yeah, there's some people up there.
So like a lot of people.
Well, I mean, a lot in comparison to us.
Is there one by itself?
No. I'll just stay up here.
Okay.
But I like talking to you.
Hold on.
Pushing the bounds of message, I think.
Auto fire cantrip.
Whoa, a wrong tube.
Come on, you're a druid.
Can I prestidigitate that?
How was audio on that?
Can you turn your mic off?
There's some gurgle bubbles.
Yeah, it was like.
Don't make her laugh, you guys.
Mic off.
That's a myth. You cannot force anyone to laugh.
Just get the one.
And tears are coming down.
Just get the
her eyes.
one burp out. Yeah, like one gross one.
You fuckers.
The like ice cream burp.
Yeah, like ketchup range burp.
Ugh.
Yeah.
You fuckers. Making me laugh. I'm drinking.
That's the thing.
You have base water.
It's coming out the wrong way.
Yeah, that went wrong out the wrong hole.
Came out every
That was
hole.
surprising.
In my face.
That was also a lot of
Anyway.
Okay,
So Walker's up a tree. What do you got?
okay. So
Shocker.
so this whole thing doesn't
I would
work.
like to check if
I
it's
wanna go
living.
Snatch one. I'm gonna go snatch a guy.
Before you do that, DM, does locate object work if you're locating a building? Can a building or
If
room be
you're
an object?
familiar or you have a specific building, then yes, I would imagine technically it could.
You good for Hera to ask you a question?
Yeah.
Just miss my father so much. It's these Fey tears.
Yeah.
So could you use your senseness?
What is this?
This is magic. To locate the like actual room instead of the thing. Because you know that there's a room that exists with a ton of these things in it.
I mean, like, I can try it.
Power Stone storehouse or like
Just like a shed. with them.
storeroom.
It's like a power shed.
An object known to you, so long as you've seen it up close within 30 feet at least once.
Nope. I can't check.
If it's moving, you know its direction within 1,000 feet.
But it's also if you hang on.
Okay. You can't cast spells.
It can locate a specific object known to you as long as you've seen it up close within 30 feet at least once. Alternatively, the spell can locate the nearest object of a particular kind,
And
such as a certain kind of.
You located the nearest rock for sure.
So you can't combine the two and be like a room. Okay.
No. Alternatively, sort of specifically suggested is one or the other.
So can you do that?
No.
Damn. So kidnapping a guy. Then what?
Okay.
Kidnapping?
We need information.
Yeah, I'm just gonna dimension door up, snatch a guy.
Because we're not gonna have Sproigins run around this fortress.
Can't he just look like one of the Eldritch and then...
That's exactly what he's gonna do. He's gonna.
And then what? Just walk in the front door like, hey, you forgot me out here.
Yeah.
When we were doing like our sweeps. We don't do sweeps. I mean, when I had to go take a.
But why do you have
Shit in the
to snatch a
woods.
guy?
I mean, I
Because we
don't.
need to know where this room is. This place is huge. If you can't locate it with your locate object, we have to find out how to do it another way, and there's no safer way than that. Otherwise, we're sending Sproigins up there to be like, hi, I found your rock.
I would
Yeah.
say it's also difficult for you guys to tell. So it's not anything definitive, and you wouldn't be able to maybe quantify it completely. But all of you at this point probably would be beginning to feel a little winded.
Winded.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I'm
been, like,
tired, by the way.
forever
Can we
hours.
just. Do you want to take the guy now, or can we nap first?
Just wanted to give you a heads up because
I mean-
with no time differentiation, like it's
Okay, I'll do the hut.
The hut?
Yeah.
The hut.
Yeah, it's like a way better hut. Like the mansion
Mansion.
hut. You know
Okay.
that.
No,
Okay,
I needed
So I'm gonna do the
specifics.
mansion. Do the mansion. Okay. I'm gonna go snatch a guy, bring him into the mansion.
Does your mansion have a lockup?
He's not going anywhere.
I mean, like, do we have a place to restrain him?
Yeah, I have
Probably that same room.
99 Ragnars that can lay on him.
So you don't have a room that's specific for restraining people?
I don't know.
I mean, your room. No, I don't
I
have a
might have
fucking
missed that.
restraining room. Like, it wasn't like in the.
your old bedroom eyes.
Yeah. It wasn't in the plan.
And Hera was like, I don't remember seeing that. Maybe I should look at the drawers.
Yeah, I don't. There's no. They're like fun and cool rooms.
That's true. Okay, go
Like
get the
this-
guy.
Okay,
Oh,
does
is that
anybody want to come with me to get the guy?
No!
Why?
He can ghost. You can only take one person.
By the way,
with
this
you, though.
entire time
Yeah.
I'm having a
Well,
whisper
I'm saying-
conversation with Sproigins, not knowing they can't hear me.
Shit. Hold on. Now it. How you?
Oh, I thought you were angry at me. What's
No, I just had to discuss some shit. Okay. Did anything change?
so you didn't hear anything I said?
Yeah, I heard it all. No, I didn't hear anything. It's a spell I have to cast.
No, that's good.
Why?
Aww.
What?
I love you, Sproigins.
I can't even see. There's no facial expressions that can be exchanged between us. You're super high up.
Yeah. What?
Okay. How far up are you?
50
Probably
feet?
about-
40 feet?
Yeah, like 35, 40
30 feet. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna climb the tree as well.
Make a dex check.
Where's Sproigins going?
I'm gonna go
A dex.
I'm gonna go see if I can see anything. It's fine. 5.
Okay.
I'm under him.
Fortunately, it's not as problematic as it probably could have been because you don't even get high enough to cause a massive.
Can't reach that
But I
first
catch
branch.
Sure, make a strength check.
One of my good ones.
I imagine I'm trying to climb like this huge base tree with no like
It's kind of
No,
like you go on and do a quick hug and like try and start
just
scuttling.
like firemanning it up.
Yeah, kind of like a tight booty squeeze. Like
Yeah. Just gonna get some chafes here in a second.
18.
18. As you kind of fall back and tumble only about 10 feet up, as you kind of just ran out of stamina and your arms are starting to lock up. You want to jump, but like don't feel safe.
Yeah.
And it's Hera being below you, sort of with that hands up thing. You're like, she'll just catch me. And you just
What am I gonna get? Bark burns?
Yeah.
Like no, I'm just gonna. Oh, fuck!
So you do take
Not just Sproigins.
2 bludgeoning damage as you fall down and catch sort of Hera's armor and burliness. You take the other 2 bludgeoning damage he would have taken as he basically
Thanks.
pummels into you as he drops from you.
I can't see this, right? The tree canopy is like too
Trust
thick.
fall, I was here for you.
Yeah.
If memory serves me correct.
You would have heard it potentially.
2 damage?
I'm assuming it's gone now, but I'm going to continue to whisper to Sproigins again. So.
Right now.
I'm gonna cast message.
Walker, how do you get up trees so easily? There's not even branches for me to climb on.
You just, yeah.
Just have him come down here.
Were you coming up?
Well, I was trying to come up,
Okay.
but I can't. Trees aren't my thing.
You just.
You're also really old. You got ghosted, man. You turned into an older
Can I
man.
do eye roll?
You can definitely roll for eye roll if you like.
Wait, is that a charisma?
Yes, it'd be a charisma check.
That's 10. It's like a mild eye roll, but like I
His
know.
cataracts are affecting the.
Yeah,
It wasn't Liv Lemon
Are
worthy.
you having a seizure? Do you need help?
that's ageist.
Do you want me to drop a rope?
You have a rope? Yeah, drop a rope. I wanna go up there and
Pull out my
see
50 feet of rope.
if there's essentially I don't want to dimension
Not
door
sure
out
if it
there
can
and
just
snatch
like
a
drop
guy
down or
next
not.
to another guy,
Secure it, sure.
Okay.
and it's not dark, so like
Oh shit, my straight. You can't hear me.
No. You can. Okay, you do that. Can I go in the mansion?
yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna let Iz out in the mansion.
Let me see the.
Well, let him out here first before you bring him in the mansion, because every time he comes out, he poops.
Let me get the eye.
That's true. I'm gonna let Iz out outside so he can poop.
Okay.
And I'm
Okay,
also gonna let the poop out.
Do you let down the rope?
I let down the rope.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you like are you holding the rope or did you tie it to the tree?
My guess is I probably.
Because if you're just holding it, I don't want to climb up it.
Well,
If
I'm
you
not.
tie it to the
Can
tree.
he see me up at the top?
You can see your form, sort of in general. There's a lot of branches sort of between you and him.
I'm gonna tie it to the top of the tree just in case I need to be squirrely to help him up.
Okay.
So I want to be
So you
free.
see Walker even kind of tip up just a little bit more, and then is kind of moving his limbs in some fashion to suggest he's tying
And
on.
I will, when I see him going, start like slowly helping him.
How confident are you in this?
It's whisper stall.
Yeah, you can just cast it again. It's just a cantrip.
In what?
In your not ability and for me to climb this. I'm gonna cast Big Beast here.
Well, so I can climb things. I don't know what you can
I'm
do.
gonna sit on Bigby's.
Okay. And as you guys are having this conversation, the large pinkish purple spectral hand appears.
I think they're going to be able to see that.
Can
Should
you
I
see
just
it?
come down to you?
No, because I want to see.
Well,
Come down and I'll give you the
I
eye.
can always fold
Come
the
down
bottom of
and
the
I'll
rope.
give you the eye.
I'll scroll down.
Okay.
But I'm untie my rope and put it back in my bag
I
first.
could also just polymorph it into something that connects trees very well, but
Or flu.
Or any number of things.
D&D,
still
where you
have
don't do
Bigby's
any of the
hand
things you
for
can do.
another
I'm just-
round.
yeah, I'm just gonna chill.
Okay.
I'm just gonna sit on Daisy's hand and wait for him to come down.
As you are sitting there and waiting for it, it doesn't catch your eye at first, simply based on the fact that it's kind of small. But as it begins to continue to come closer to you, you definitely are sort of put off by it. It appears to be a bird, probably about the size of a raven, but maybe a little bit bigger. And it appears to be comprised of fire. It is moving and liquid flame, but in the form of a very large raven, probably a foot tall, maybe a foot and change long, and it lands directly in front of you and stares at you.
Walker?
And then its wings.
Walker, hurry up and get the fuck down here. There's the fire bat. Look at the firebird. I'm gonna.
Fire dancing off the edges, and immediately it kind of curls into itself with its wings and disappears. And you see what appears to be a small letter on the ground.
Hurry up. I'm gonna
You tell me.
hop down and go behind Bigby's hand.
Okay.
Did we see any of this?
You guys are in the mansion.
Did we go in the mansion?
No, I thought this was just outside the mansion.
We didn't go inside, we just asked if we could.
Okay. Well, then you guys would be nearby, potentially would have seen this. Sure.
I pick up the letter.
It's like a fire raven. Did you see it or no?
I did.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm not
This
sure
looks
what.
like it was for you.
It's a small envelope. It has sort of in this very odd, strangely sort of glittery, reflective sort of ink. Just says Sproigins on it.
You sure? Because I could open it right now.
Oh.
Dagger.
Are you down yet?
I don't know.
I use a
Yeah.
dagger as
Am I down yet?
a paper opener.
You know I don't read it well in distress. Okay, take the eye. You go back up. And I need to know if there's any opening to zap up there and grab a guy. I need to know if there's like any time that like in a pattern that someone is by themselves.
I'm just
Someone
going
on
to do
top
what
of
you
the wall.
ask.
Thank you.
He will rise again, and your pitiful band of weaklings will fall.
Wait, is there like a deer?
No. Give up on your quest now, and no harm shall touch her. However, should you continue to consider yourself a hero, she will belong to the Burning Lord forever.
I don't.
This is a generous warning. Please be smarter than your father.
What a fucking asshole. I don't. Who sent it?
Well, the burning.
It doesn't even say Dear Sproigins.
I know. That's the letter. I think the envelope. It says very shiny. Look. It's pretty. So is it your? Who's the her?
Shinar?
His ex-fiance. His ex-fiance. Or your mom.
Shinar's not my ex-fiance.
No, your ex-fiance is your ex-fiance.
I don't give a shit about her.
What about your mom?
Do you have a sister?
No. Not that I know of.
So maybe.
Valid. I mean, we did see Spillion.
Spillion.
Have I heard of the Burning Lord before?
Not specifically, no.
But we've heard of the Burning Hand people, though, right?
Circle of Fire. You have been briefed on their insignia.
Which is that.
I don't know.
It's the Circle of Fire peeps. Okay, you guys do the thing that you're gonna do.
I already left.
Yeah, he's already up the tree
What?
with the... That's what
At
he
least-
does.
That's fine. That's fine. Will you Do you have anything of your mom's?
No.
Nothing?
No.
Do you have anything she gave you?
Yeah, I have the letter that she gave me from my dad.
What? I mean, not to read it, but can you hand it to Skadi?
For what?
To scry on his mom.
Give it. No, wait. I don't
Just
get-
to make sure that it's not her.
I don't have a 6th level spell slot right now.
Ooh, you don't have enough. You feel too tired because you haven't napped.
I need to take a nap.
Is it a is there a ritual that you can do?
Message. Walker.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you
That's
use the
Grandma's
eye?
ritual.
Well, I've just been sitting up here rubbing it. Did I get up there or did I?
What did you just say?
You didn't.
Crazy.
You did not hear me.
Did I get up fine? Or did...
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I was just like, I don't think I've ever worked with this thing, right? This ball.
The tiger's eye?
The tiger's eye?
I
Yeah.
don't think you have.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was probably just like sitting up there like.
Okay, you can use it to, it'll like float, but you have to like concentrate on it, and you'll be able to see out of it, and then you can like move it around.
Just like
don't
put it up in front of my face, and I'm like, I can see through it.
What we always call it? What it?
So scry.
Use it to.
So you have
How does the eye work? I've never used this thing either.
Just gonna like
you just
varying
you put
levels.
yourself kind of into it and
Hera says
decide
put
where
yourself
you
into
want to go, and then it like makes an eyeball.
Hera says put yourself into it, and you think and decide on where.
It's like when you tell him it's
go.
like when he uses ethereal thing. It's that
It's
kind of
like-
feeling. Only put it into the
Hera says
thing.
like when you use your ethereal, and then it.
I cast
says-
etherealness.
And your ghost-like form begins descending from the trees at sort of rapid pace. And in the 6 seconds for you to fall, you've gotten almost near the bottom of the tree again.
Does he still have the rock? Does he still have it? Do you still have it in your
So
hand?
now I'm further down in the tree.
About 15 feet off.
Why don't you just?
Walker.
It didn't. It didn't. You can probably hear each other 15 feet away.
Yeah, but I don't want to be.
It didn't work.
Sproigins. Why don't you use it? Because it shoots up in a mile.
Okay, you use it. I've never used. Give me the thing.
Drop the ball.
Can I?
I'll say by design, he was trying to get to
I catch it with my
Is
shirt.
this the gem of seeing? We don't have
No,
another
it's
use.
the tiger's eye.
Oh right, the tiger's eye is different. You haven't used that.
Oh right, okay.
Okay.
It's not the true sight.
We used it once. It's got 2 uses.
No, you've used it twice actually, but it charges every
Yeah.
day if I'm not mistaken. So
Yeah, it has a charge.
Okay.
Do we have to roll for the charges?
every day at dawn.
1d4.
Mhm.
Minus 1.
So it's got 2 charges.
Okay. I just need to see how
Go
many
back
people are on the ledge because I want to go and get a guy, but I don't want to do it with other people around.
You want to find a single guy who's off by himself so that you can go.
Yeah, I want to snatch him. I want to be out here snatching people's wives
And
kids.
what you guys have seen the little glowy thing. What does the eye look like when it's up there? Because I only see out of it. I've never
It's
actually seen it. It is invisible?
Yep.
Y'all see nothing?
No.
Cool. Then I'm going to. How far away is the wall?
Just under a couple hundred feet.
I am going to cast it right above the wall
Okay.
so I can see everything. But I want to be like, if here's the front of the wall, I want to just be like above the front. I don't want to be past the wall.
Right, that would really give you scope on the stretch of the wall,
It only looks down in one spot. Like you can't like look around.
though. You can look where, yeah, but it looks where it's cast. You don't get to like.
I will cast it so that I can see the whole wall. Just
It's gonna have to
send
be
it
pretty high then.
Yeah. a mile up.
So you can go what? Oh, yeah, a mile.
Okay, sure. So go ahead and make a perception check at disadvantage. Because you're very high above the wall to get the entirety of it in there.
Is it triple disadvantage?
Oh wait, I don't need to use that. Too late. What'd you say it was?
Oh, you use luck.
Yes.
Perception.
Perception. 24.
24. Despite the great distance between you and the wall itself, your intense focus is able to sort of pick out the moving pixels on your mental screen and isolate the differentiation in color. And what you are seeing is a general structure, whereas every 100 feet or so, it appears there is a stationary guard that is facing outward on the battlement, and then running the length of the wall, pacing at a relatively uniform speed. There appears to be a half dozen guards that are walking apparently in a kind of cycle pattern and are just running the length of the battlements.
So every 100 feet, it looks like there's somebody who's just like standing by themselves, and then the groups of guys that are walking around seem to be going at like the same speed. So you should probably be able to grab one, but it's going to be noticed that he's missing.
I don't really care. I just don't want anybody to see that it's me. So.
And I can still hear, right? I just can't see.
No, you lose your all sensory function other than the tiger's eye.
And I can't back out of it, because then I'll lose it and I would have to cast it again.
Well, you can back out of it, sure, but you have to recast it if you want to use it, yeah.
I don't know if you just said something, because I'm still in the eye. And I can't feel anything, like they can't touch me, and I could feel it.
We'll say tactile won't include your sensory, so they
Okay.
can touch you, sure.
Okay, you poked me. I was actually going to say, touch me if you want me to uncast this, because I think there's one cast left in the stone, or I can continue to relay information. Touch me if you want me to come out in 5, 4, 3, 2, my hand. Please touch my hand, don't touch me anywhere else. 1, go ahead.
Don't touch her yet.
I'm going to assume that you don't want me to come out of the stone, so I'm going to keep looking.
Let's hide.
Sproigins, I'm sure you're saying to hide right now, which I'm a rogue, I will find you.
There's no way that she would know that.
Did you guess message?
No.
I went back up.
I'm like turning to
Damn it.
Okay.
I can totally see you right now. I'm watching you. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure. Jerk.
You
Yeah.
cannot see them.
No, but I would assume he's doing something. Fine.
It's true.
What are you guys doing?
I want to hide.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
I don't want to leave this.
Good plan. I don't care. 10.
While this is all going on, I want to measure the timing so that I can time kind of like get a practice of it, because I'm assuming shit's going on right now and I might come out of it.
Make
But
an intelligence check. Just raw intelligence.
raw intelligence. This looks good. And it was 16.
Okay. I mean, it's a lot to focus on. You're pretty far away.
I just want to focus on like one dude and the timing between it.
Okay.
And one dude who's like in a direct line from where I think our group is.
Well, because there are people coming from both directions and they're
Yeah.
not staggered in the exact same way that the stationary people are staggered, the number could change kind of depending on the rotation.
Would I be able to tell if there's a spot where, so this group that's moving is just moving in one speed, and this group is moving in one speed, but they're not moving at the same speed?
No, they're moving at about the same speed.
And they're the same distance apart?
Not completely, no.
Okay. I want to look at, focus in somebody who's close, who seems to have like the pass be relatively at the same time when the two guys.
This would all be part of your intelligence check.
Oh, sorry. Continue.
You aren't really able to identify specifically a window that stands out to you as being the prime opportunity. You are able to sort of deduce that maybe on any given point in time you might have a 20-second window to work with where you might not be having someone directly stare at you, but other than that it's difficult to determine when like the opportune moment would be.
Okay.
Okay, I want to run by and yank her tail and then try to hide behind a tree.
Okay. So as you feel your tail being yanked, go ahead and make a stealth check at disadvantage.
Oh, luck.
I mean, this is fine.
Would you
This
20
is
and
fine.
something else?
Yeah.
And also, when my tail is-
There's no fucking way I'm gonna use my last luck of the day on this if I'm trying to go get a guy. There's not even a fucking way. 16.
16.
So that like doesn't even beat your passive perception.
Yoink. And as soon as the perspective drops, you hear Sproigins just kind of turning and running.
The trees were a lot closer than I thought. You can clearly see me running and like doing like
Hear the crushing of twigs as he like
a
tries to
dive
get around.
slide
I
around
want
a
to take
tree.
one of the pixie stones that I have and throw it at the back of his head as he's running away.
Roll an attack.
Wasn't me this time.
I could have used bleh. What is it? Hellish Rebuke? Yeah. I almost used Hellish Rebuke, which would have set you on fire.
No, that's not an attack.
That wasn't an attack? Pulling my tail?
No, it wasn't like a. It was like a.
It was an attack on my senses.
You know.
What am I rolling? This plus what?
You're not proficient in fairy stones. So.
Well, it's strength. That's just what I'm asking.
Yeah, it would be a
Strength or dex,
check,
or-
yeah.
Then it is 12.
That does not hit my AC.
It just kind of disappears.
I'm not. The ground is uneven. I'm kind of.
He's
you know.
shifty. He's a little shifty.
Yeah. Remember, dainty on purpose.
Yes.
And now I'm behind a tree.
So do you want to do this or what?
Yeah.
You've got like only maybe 20 seconds or so to grab a dude before somebody else will be able to see you. And I think you should be as close to the edge as possible where you pop in and out. Or I don't know if you can like pop in like, I don't know how quickly you can do this stuff. I don't know if you can like pop in right behind him, grab him and go.
Like that crawler.
Yeah. Or if you can like pop on the top of the wall, grab his hand and go. Like, do you have to walk through something? Or are you just blinking out of space?
I mean,
Can you cast it, fall out of it, grab him, and then cast it again? And
Well, that's-
fall into it. And fall into the mansion, which will have the door open.
Can I use dimension doors?
Like
Like,
a portal gun?
can I cast it and have it project? Like, use the like.
Portal
The
gun
angular
style?
momentum.
Yeah, the momentum.
Let me. I'm gonna have to brush up.
We did that with Blur, or
Are
whatever
you
it
able to do
was.
scrying right now, though? But Sproigins, can you give her your mom's
What
letter?
spell are we talking about?
Give it to me, I got
Yeah, dimension door.
That's right.
Scrying on his mom or his dad? His mom.
My dad said.
We all know that whatever his name is your dad.
Listen.
Supercrusher.
I don't know if it's a.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Spelled it.
Huh?
By the way, Hera likes to drink, and she has a flask that turns water into a type of ale if she says supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, because that's the word that Sproigins gave it.
Well,
It's
I
hard
would
for
say you
sober
do
Jack to
not
say.
conserve momentum. No.
okay. Because essentially opening a door and.
Disappear and reappear. Yes.
Okay. Okay. It's fine. I know what I'll do.
I can do the thing.
You want to do the thing.
You want to do the thing.
The thing that I'm thinking of, I want to do the thing.
Cool. Do you want to have us open the mansion door and have you dimension door straight into the mansion?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
'Cause
Okay.
I don't know if you can dimension door inside the mansion, so you could at least dimension door right
there.
right in front of the door.
Like right there.
Not a,
Gesturing too much.
not a thing. I just need to think about something with the spell real quick.
You focus on that. I wanna. You do your thing.
You want me to scry on Sproigins'
Okay,
mom?
it's
Just
only a
make sure
minute.
she's not with the fire people.
I'm gonna cast a message to Walker. Walker.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna do a thing.
Yep.
I need you to come down.
Like, stay down?
I need you, yes, come down and stay down.
Okay.
Sure. Easy sounds off all of them.
Kramer down the tree.
With like,
Oh, never mind.
like with an odd sense of grace.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he's very graceful as he kind of like oddly cascades down
Yeah.
Kramer style.
What's up?
Okay. Do you want to come with me to go get a guy? We're gonna go
You can only pick
man
one
nap
person.
a guy.
Man nap. I've never done it.
I just need help getting the guy in the fucking thing. I don't trust my dainty ass to go up there and grab a guy and
Can't you just like jump at him and cast the door behind him? Like right behind him?
I don't know if this is like a huge dude. What if I get up there and I try to like jump at him and then I like get stuck?
Why don't we choose a guy who's daintier looking? Kind of like
Which
you.
one?
But I guess I look kind of dainty and I'm stronger now.
Right.
I was really weak
Are
before.
you stronger than yesterday?
Probably. I don't understand the reference.
Okay. I gotta now still double check a thing.
While he's checking out, will you scry?
I mean, yeah, I don't.
Okay, 120 feet. Okay, I'm gonna fucking do the thing. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, the door's here. I don't want anybody to go in there yet because I will need your help.
Well, don't you want us to open the door and... I'm gonna open the door real quick and talk to the Regnons to give them a heads up.
Okay, tell them to get all the sharpest knives.
Okay. I jump into the mansion.
Okay.
Regnons.
You see a bunch of Regnons come up. Have you read your spell? Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Oh, God.
This is where it gets fun.
Ragnar, we're bringing in an extra person.
You see kind of all of them sort of scuttle up to the door.
Bringing in an extra person, and we need to.
Restrain that person and
Detain
threaten
them.
him. All of you Regnons, how many knives do you have?
And like just a whole cascading fleet sort of scutter off. And
And a
it's
druid ale!
It's dirty water, okay? You need to get real
like, it's just like
Princess,
a number
try-
of them rush back and are kind of like just pointing a knife at you.
Okay,
Just looking
perfect.
sort of
Do that
expectantly.
when the strange person shows up.
Sure.
The rest of you, I want you to I want you to get all of the scars
Make a Constitution saving throw.
and rope that you can find that you would use to constrain a person. Constitution. My Constitution 0. 12.
So as you're sitting there and dictating these orders and situations,
We'll leave it up with this
the door to the mansion open, just trying to explain to them the circumstances from Spider-Man on down. Directly in your-
Yeah, a few strikes again.
I need you to make a charisma check.
I thought it was gonna be another constitution to keep the pee-pee.
You're not like that.
6.
6.
Because I'm not proficient in charisma, am I?
No.
Am I proficient in world?
Well, I'm, persuasion, I'm proficient in that.
As you guys hear Hera let out kind of a very shrill, brief scream, that noise is immediately followed with what sounds like the scuttling of armor and footsteps from the distance.
Damn it, Hera!
I should have left that, Kira.
I'm gonna do the thing.
Do it quick.
Okay.
All of you penises, or penises. For legend, all
All the
penises.
penises.
Go get some shit to guide you down, okay?
Bunch of Regnons here.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Programmed Illusion of the guard, the closest guard that I can see. There.
You're gonna,
Centered on that point of another guard.
okay.
I want to step out.
Bigby's hand.
Okay.
I want to step out and use the thing, the stone, to quick see what's going on out there.
Okay.
On the thing.
The tiger's eye, you mean?
Yeah, the tiger's eye on the wall.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know who he's
Bigby's
going after,
hand.
but
Programmed Illusion. I'm gonna dimension door up with Bigby's hand, and I'm gonna use Bigby's hand, forceful hand, like the push.
Okay.
Try to push him off the wall.
Just pushing him off the wall?
Yeah, push him off the wall.
just one dimension dwarf with him towards us.
Alright, so you are trying to push the guard off the wall with Bigby's hand,
Yes,
with the programmed illusion cast directly behind him.
correct. Of another guard.
Okay. What is the guard being programmed to do?
Stay on that.
Okay. And then you're dimension dooring you and Bigby's hand to the battlements.
Yes.
Let's do that. Let's make this a thing.
I helped.
Alright, so immediately in a flash of sort of purple and pink arcane energy, Bigby's hand appears. Then you see Sproigins focusing on this guard. And you see sort of a blurb of shape take form behind him, and then immediately, massive sort of purple arcane outline carves out in front of him, and a door emerges. And essentially, you're looking at sort of a long tunnel, and at the end of this long tunnel, you see a guard that appears to be sort of peering and looking around, sort of facing away from this dimensional door.
That's when Bigby's hand goes shooting through there, shoving him off the wall.
So I would say he's surprised by this. Go ahead and make a strength check at advantage using Bigby's stats.
Not luck.
Yes. I have one luck.
And advantage.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. I'm going to use luck. But Bigby's hand has a +8, so I'm not super tripping about it. Unless this is.
Yeah!
Okay, 15 + 8. 23.
Natural 2. So you guys then see sort of in this burst of speed what this dark form that sort of took shape behind this guard on the wall that's seemingly trying to peer through the wood has this like large purple hand appear behind him, as well as a flash of sort of smaller colored humanoid form. And then the next thing you see, this guard is basically sort of careening off the edge of the wall. Screaming, "Ah!" Just plants himself at the wall, and immediately, Sproigins, you see a number of people turn to face you.
Was I
directly.
up on top of the wall? Because I went.
What did you want to have happen?
I wanted the dimension door to open, and I wanted Bigby's hand to come shooting through to
Dimension
push him.
door will transport you and one willing creature.
Okay, so then that's fine. So I'm up there. As soon as it got pushed off, I wanted to jump.
So jumping straight off the edge of
And
the
you
wall.
wanted to jump,
Yeah,
grab
Bigby's
him and
hand is
dimension
gonna
door?
Bigby's hand is gonna grab me
Gotcha.
and bring me down.
Okay.
Like I'm gonna, I'm diving off, having Bigby's hand grab me on the way down.
What form
Can't
are you in right now?
My regular,
Doppelganger form.
the Doppler form.
Okay. Let me roll damage for this guard that got pushed off the wall real quick.
But you're gonna grab him and then both of you dive through a dimension.
There wasn't a guarantee that I was going to be able to grab him.
You should have grabbed him and have Bigby's pushing both off.
Oh shit.
I mean, I feel like that would have taken a lot longer.
Okay. So as you see this figure hit the ground, the screaming immediately stops. And he's about 30 feet away from the wall. And as Bigby's hand is kind of swooping and lowering you down, you kind of just see this still form, save for like a small like leg twitch on the ground below.
Okay, I want to grab him and dimension door to where the mansion is.
Do you have another 5th level spell
Yep.
still? Okay. Well,
I'm still running that direction.
you grab and you're running what direction?
Towards them.
Why?
They don't have as much dimension door to us.
That's what he was saying he was doing.
I'm running.
Okay.
Do I see any of that happening? Walker, you can stop her.
I'm right where Sproigins left me. So.
As Skadi then emerges from the forest line, you are immediately bombarded with a cascade of arrows as the guards up along the wall have been prowling and looking directly at the forest the entire of the investigative period they've gone through. That's one natural 20 that'll hit. And that'll be 2 more if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know, were they natural 20?
He's just saying more that will hit.
Yeah, your AC is 17, correct?
18.
18? Yeah, that'll still hit.
Okay.
Okay, you've got the door open. I'm trying to drag this guy. Walker, help me bring this guy in.
And I dropped the sight as soon as I saw you dimension door.
So as this sort of volley of arrows is sent directly at you, a number of them kind of stick into the ground all around you, but one hits your shoulder, kind of throwing you back. Another one immediately digs into the side, sort of right underneath your flat there. As you're kind of spun around, you catch an arrow in the back too. You take 32 points of piercing damage, and are essentially under the effect of a lingering stamina poison.
I can't be poisoned.
Well, then you are not poisoned.
I was gonna say, I can cure that.
How are you immune to poison?
It's part of her druidness.
Yeah, it's
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah, circle. Yeah.
As soon as I dropped the thing and we got, I don't know how the timing of all this works. As soon as he dimension door, I dropped the sight, and then would have seen where she was. Would I have seen her in the sight?
No, not specifically. If you said you're isolating the wall, it didn't cover where you guys were before.
Then if they're already helping him in, I want to try to get her back to us.
Okay. Well,
Would I have been able to do that?
Just about 10 feet beyond the tree line. So as that's taking place, you're able to see sort of Sproigins coming down, and you just see Skadi take 3 arrows in various places in her body.
Skadi, they're all over here. Come back.
Walker and I brought the guy into the mansion.
Okay. So you kind of pull in his form, drag this heavy, huge body, probably a good like 250 pounds, like 6'10", heavy sort of black armor. Just not a large creature per se, but like you're kind of on the high end of medium-sized creature basically.
Yeah.
And you kind of drag him in. He's kind of.
Regnons, kill this guy.
Kill him.
You just see all of the Regnons
Thank you.
basically have,
I'm so glad I'm not here for this.
Take all of his shit off.
and you just see kind of like hyena style, like
No, like take it off good.
they all just kind of meticulously unbuttoning
Hera,
armor
get the
now.
fuck in here. Hera, get the fuck in.
At this point, you are now hearing the drawbridge gate open.
I run back. Run.
As
Run.
soon as she comes to the door, I help push her in.
Sproigins, why did you kidnap him just to kill him?
What the fuck, dude?
He was already dead.
No,
No.
we have the ability.
Listen,
to
this
save
guy,
him.
did you see the way that he landed on the ground?
Was
like-
he,
I
was
have
he
the
alive or was he
ability to
dead?
heal.
I mean, he
Skadi
was
has
kind
the
of moaning when
ability
you
to
dragged
heal.
him in, and like,
Does anybody have the ability to talk to the dead?
We're not necromancers.
It's
I'm not back yet.
I mean,
I'm
now
running.
he just suffered as much damage as you can inflict in one turn.
How long does it take me to get back?
Just inside the tree line, it's probably a turn.
Oh no, I'm booking it all the way to the mansion.
Is he super dead?
He is now.
It's in the mansion?
Yeah.
I want to
Okay.
try lay on hands.
What?
Make a wisdom check.
What was the point of that?
He landed on his face.
Like, I feel like we could have killed a lot more
23.
23.
easily than that.
Maybe.
Doesn't take any effect.
Do you know him?
No.
Why did
Sproigins, what you just did was wrong.
Why did we stab this guy?
I didn't stab anybody.
Was he stabbed up on the battlements?
No, he got pushed off and he landed on his face.
We could have healed him at least enough to get information. What the fuck was the point? We don't know where the room is now.
Pushed off by who?
Big B's hand.
Oh my god.
Listen.
Oh
Did
my
you just
God.
murder this man?
Yes.
I
you
didn't
did.
murder anybody.
Yes, you did. You commanded your servants to murder him.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was already dead.
Remember how the
He
whole
was
group
brain
had a
dead,
problem
okay?
with
His
me
neck
killing that
snapped.
old lady? Yeah, that was a fucking not an accident.
I don't
was
give a shit
controlled.
about that. I just give you shit about it.
But you just murdered this
I'm
dude.
gonna like
I care!
Yeah.
like pick up one of his shoulders and like tuck the cage under there and say Nicholas.
You're non-human.
He's an elf.
Yeah.
And now his. I mean, you lift his shoulder, but like not a lot of everything else moves, just 'cause it's now like super disconnected.
Right.
Had like just 1,000 blades fucking him rapidly.
Okay, this shit happens. This
So, like,
is what fucking
I pick
happened.
him up and it like feels like there's weaknesses in certain areas.
I'm gonna start dragging the body outside.
Not no
No.
more.
No, it's
He's in a
caged.
cage.
What? You caged the body?
Yeah.
Remember?
Okay,
how we
undo the
have
cage. He's super dead.
Yeah.
Nicholas.
Ragnar, give me some water.
One comes running up, gives you a glass of water.
Throw it on the man.
Okay.
Sleep is gone.
Cletus,
Oh,
do you
I was
have a
gonna say.
way to fix him
I might have. Possibly.
before he was stabbed a whole lot?
That's just significant amount of trauma.
Can you fix him now?
Okay, listen, I apologize.
The apologies don't bring him back.
We will talk to you in a second. Okay? Go clean up
Go clean up what?
whatever blood is
There's
just splattered
blood
all over you.
Ragnar,
Everywhere.
please clean up the blood.
Prestidigitation, 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 prestidigitation.
I don't
Go
have
clean up
blood on
yourself.
me.
You were right there. You would have had blood.
They're
splattered.
precise. Okay? These are a bunch of little kitchen knives. Okay, then go in there.
Death by
Yeah,
a thousand
there's a couple,
butter knives.
Like fruit knife holes. Right. There's like all the knives in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk to S.
There's a couple butter knives that are kind of still stuck in odd angles here.
S.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Sure. I can try.
Thank you.
Okay.
Go sit down.
No,
No.
this is my fucking mansion. I'll drop it and yeah. Chill out.
You guys watch as Letus kind of bends down. He takes some time, and it feels definitely less familiar to him. He's a little more stumbly, but the arcane energy sort of seeps in, and it appears as if at least the body does not come back together completely. The figure that does sort of, and then kind of goes to this tattered state of shock breathing, sort of
Okay.
barely
Let's
alive.
heal him. I apologize.
Oh, shit. Do you not have heals?
No, I do. I'm gonna heal him. I'm gonna do healing word at level 4.
You're not wasting our potions on this guy because we're probably gonna end up killing him.
I'm still while I'm doing this, I'm gonna talk to
We
S.
will.
Now,
Okay.
we both know now we talk to people before we just decide to murder them.
We do that now.
From this point forward, let's talk to them before we have our servants stab them to death.
Okay, it didn't go as I fucking planned.
I know you
because-
panicked. It's okay.
Right,
He's
and
there.
my panic is, big guy, get him.
Okay, Ragnons, will you please tie him up?
But can I heal him first?
You can heal
They
him while they're
immediately
tying him
start
up.
going to work.
I have a cage.
Securing them.
Yeah, that you have.
You can just keep using it.
Is, please go to your room. Don't eat this guy. There's chicken for you up in your room. I actually am talking to Is.
Oh, you're using
Yeah.
speak. Okay, sure.
Can I?
No.
Just turn it back.
No. There's chicken up in your room.
Yeah. Regnon, can you get chickens ready for us?
You see his eyes kind of go a little bit red.
Is.
What?
No.
Regnon, tell him Regnon has a bunch of
Ragnar has a bunch of chicken drummies up in your room.
If he's not leaving, he can always look up the blood later.
Just kind of like starts walking.
Oh, we're a
away.
teenager now, are we?
Tell us he can have his way with this guy after we're done.
No!
What? What are you gonna do with Is? Are you gonna have him just eat chicken and hang out?
I mean, he is kind of a fireless.
That doesn't mean he's gonna eat an elf.
This is the weirdest kidnapping ever.
Welcome
like
to
this.
Sproigins.
Oh, that's a good roll for a stranger. 8, 11, 14.
I'll also do healing word at third
You don't need to.
level. Alright, well I'm not gonna then.
You might want to heal her. She's kind of full of arrows.
No, I'm fine. I'm mad at him. 19.
19. Okay.
I will do healing word at third level. Fourth level.
For the guy.
No.
For Skadi?
Skadi.
Okay.
Can I resist it?
No.
No. I would say there's no built-in mechanism for that.
I don't fucking want it!
Pork. It's was sassy.
Should I cage him?
Sassy. He wanted to eat the guy.
No.
No.
That's what he does
Well,
want to do.
he's only
Well-
been chicken.
Can you talk and shit through the cage?
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, then
It's
cage
just
his
a
ass.
cage.
Because I don't want him
And you can
to...
cast spells through it, and I believe so.
No, it won't. Nothing will pass through.
Just sound? Well, I mean, had this been another situation,
Oh,
I was going to say,
impenetrable,
like,
okay.
I assume some sort of torture is going to have to take place.
It'd be
But
similar to like Outlook Sphere or something.
So spells and physical.
is anyone squeamish for torture?
No.
I assumed. I don't like
14
it,
points.
but
This is taking a turn.
I don't.
I'm well schooled, unfortunately.
Well,
I'm not down with the
locate
torture.
object didn't work, so...
Well, we're going to try just asking first, but we have information that we need to get.
Can't we charm him or something?
That's true.
He should be charmed enough. We brought him back from the dead.
I'm good
He's
with
gonna have a bunch of
people.
little butter knife holes.
Walker's very good with people. Let's do that.
Walker is not very good with people. I'm
He
sorry,
has no armor on. He's like, what, just in his underwear? This huge dude?
Yeah, he's got like that long sort of like body sock. He's got like a few.
He's got like a romper on. He's got like an elf romper.
Yeah, he's got. Well, he's still like his part of his actual shirt is like now just kind of open to take out some of the plate lining that the Ragnons had sort of
This
pulled
got
off. So
super
he's got like
fast.
his full body underwear and then like his full body underlayers kind of
It'd be like
all splayed
natural
out.
armor.
Yeah, at this point he's down to pretty much natural armor.
Yeah.
Those cotton greaves.
All
How did
right.
this get so dark?
You got a naked, nearly dead man lying in your front entryway.
I'm not down with the torture. You guys,
We might not have to.
Okay,
that
you
was
wanna-
just an option.
You
We're
want to
gonna
go?
ask him. We're gonna ask him questions. We'll see how it goes. How about
Yeah.
that? Okay. And
doesn't
that
have to
charming
die.
thing, is a good idea.
yeah, we
So we'll charm
him.
first. We'll do that. We'll do
We
the
could just
nice
bring him
things
to
first,
the pixies.
and then
No.
if it doesn't work out, they'll make him into a house.
I know.
Let's just.
We don't have to kill him.
Is he awake?
Because the pixies will kill him.
They don't kill him.
Is he
They're
awake?
Oh my god.
He's basically groggy and out of it. He looks like he's kind of coming to a little bit, but he's suffered extreme physical trauma and is now just barely sort of.
Regnon, bring this big dude a ale.
But he's in a cage. You can't bring him the ale.
No
inside
one
the cage.
told me not to put up the cage.
Oh,
No, he's currently not.
but he's tied up.
He is not secured at this moment, no.
I thought the
Sir?
Regnons were tying him up.
There's a shitload of us. Okay, Regnons, get all the swords.
Hold on.
No, don't tell me to stop him again.
I'm not. I didn't say stem. I just said get all the swords.
Sir?
Not literally all the swords. Just one sword per Regnon.
What do
Sir?
I have to roll for that? Anything?
Everybody settle down. Okay,
Yeah.
let's manage. We're not managing well.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I would like to tie him up.
Make a dex check. You're just trying to talk to him.
Yeah.
Okay. Me.
17.
I have a cage.
Well, just give it a minute.
Okay.
Sir? Sir?
What have you done?
We tied you up.
Stop it.
He's immediately going to make a strength check at disadvantage. Isn't quite able to make it, but begins to try and start.
I start petting his hair. It's okay.
Don't.
Sir?
Hey,
We're here to...
He's bolting towards the door.
Regnon, tackle him.
No, I
person.
didn't just tie this. I wanted to tie his feet too. Like I'm tying him.
Hold person.
I didn't say it specifically.
What's your save?
At 18.
18. That's a natural 3. So he's kind of like stretched out the bindings on his legs and hands and is kind of just mad dashing it until it just continues to arc forward.
Right now, catch him.
Okay.
Roll up. I'm gonna roll him over.
Mm-hmm.
Let's can you cage his ass?
No!
Would you be able to touch him?
Sir.
Why? You gonna bedroomize the brought back to life elf?
You guys aren't very good at this.
This is a first.
We
We've
don't
never
do
seen
this.
that.
Oh,
This is not a thing.
This
that we
is
do.
not something you do.
Correct.
Okay.
This is.
No, because I have so many problems.
It's
with this.
becoming fairly obvious.
Sir. We just need your help.
Regnons, will 5 of you sit on him, please? His whole upper, body and legs, I want them all sat on.
Sure.
Regnons, hold him down. You need to release his whole person from the top.
Okay.
Release.
Get the cage ready.
Okay. As soon as just super enraged at this point, easily throws the Regnons off as they don't appear to weigh very much regarding
Whole person again.
actual.
Just put him in the cage.
What's
Drop
your-
the cage.
18.
Right? It doesn't cost you anything.
Stop it. Or I'm gonna bring this back.
He doesn't know what this is.
My
Just throw him
fireless.
in the cage, please.
We need to talk to you.
He has no reaction.
That's fine, I'm
He can't-
talking to
he
him.
can't do anything to you.
Skadi,
Yes.
can we put him in the cage, please, so we can at least talk to him without him running away?
Fine, but I'm gonna go get this.
All right.
And I'll
Cage his
untie
ass.
him.
Cage him.
Okay.
Nicholas Cajun.
So I'll go up behind him and throw the cage at his feet and then push him over and say, Nicholas.
Okay. So he kind of just
I assume that he fails his deck save.
he's still being held, so yeah.
Yeah.
I release whole person now that he's in the cage.
All right, he's gonna try and do a break again.
I'm gonna go get Is. Not speak to Is.
Does he hurt
Just
himself?
go get Is.
He's currently confined in this.
I untied him.
Oh, so he's kind of grabbing onto the bars and he's shaking.
What's your
violently.
name?
You're dead now.
Sure.
He
But
like
what's your
instinctually
name?
goes for his sword and like
We found
realizes
you.
he's in his underwear.
We found you in the forest wandering around in your underwear. We were just taking precautions.
Foolish lies. Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Yeah, do that.
Persuasion. 21.
I was attacked on the battlements. Must have been you.
Why would
Maybe-
we? Why
Well,
would we
you
attack
look like an Eldritch, is that correct?
He's just shaking on the infernal arcane contraption. She's
True. It
banging
sure
back and
wasn't
forth.
Pixies, because you were acting kind of strange
He's messing
before.
up my new cage.
I think your cage is fine.
Well,
How long
You
does it take me
calmed
to
I
get
think
it?
down.
I think the pixies got to you.
We would have seen them coming.
I
I
don't know.
don't think that's
they're
how the
kind of
pixies work.
I don't
invisible.
think you know how the Eldritch work.
Also true.
He's just rocking back and forth.
Can
banging
you
on his
just
cage.
chill? If you relax, we'll let you out.
He's not really interested in listening to your line of reasoning. He seems very feral at the moment.
Should I time it?
Okay.
Just wait until he gets tired. You can't.
You'll be able to when we drop the thing, but all right, buddy, chill out. Stop.
Let me out!
You're gonna die in here. If he's not gonna help us.
Natural 20.
Your intentions made clear. On with it then. I'll give you nothing.
Don't want to kill you.
I'm not in the mood for your games, and I will not beg.
We're not asking anything from you except for your name, bruh.
Yeah, the pixies really got to you.
You've heard enough from me.
We haven't heard anything from you.
Yeah, it was very similar to that.
I was just standing there, like, completely stoic, holding onto the bars.
Can I go inside of the cage?
Did he die again?
Mom's got a mom.
I don't
Am I
think he
back
died
yet?
again.
Are you pursing him right
No.
now? Oh. No, I know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Anything. Can you put me inside the cage with him? Or do I have to drop
No.
the cage first?
No, I would have to drop it.
Okay, never mind.
Why
Can
do
you bar him from leaving the mansion?
No. I don't think so.
Is he unable to choose who can go in and out?
You can't. It's not a prison.
Sir. No, you're not responding. We need information.
I give a shit what you want.
Okay.
We need information from you. Otherwise, you're probably gonna die. Not by my hand. By
Listen, the pixies want you all dead.
That's true.
And we don't want anybody dead.
Also true.
They just want your power things blown up. Your
Stone.
stones.
Power stones. What do your power stones do?
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Me?
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
26.
He seems to relent from grabbing onto the bars for a moment, and then he kind of just slides down in the cage, kind of compacted, as spread out as he can be, but it's still a very confined space, so he's kind of just sitting there in the bottom of the cage, just kind of looking through the bars right now.
After we came to you, we were given the task. Who's the big guy?
I don't remember.
Hang on.
Oh, gee, I didn't write down what the big guy's name is. Wrote down a lot of shit except for that guy's name.
Yep. I wrote it down somewhere, but I have so many notebooks.
Would I remember what the big guy's name was? Being told it yesterday.
Apparently not.
Yeah. Just the big guy.
Just say your leader.
Golden Claw or something.
My one note from last week. Behind the gate, the truth
Gold
lies
claw.
behind the well of sacrifice.
Gold
I have
Claw?
that, the same thing. Dashan. Gold Claw.
Deshaun.
Dashan. Your leader, Gold Claw, Dashan Gold Claw,
That's how I spelled it.
said that we
Dashan.
needed to go to the
Dashan.
Pixies to get the Stone of Power. We went to the Pixies. We were given a stone after a conversation, and we were to bring the stone back to Golden Claw. On our way back, we found you in the forest, walking around, surrounded by little pixie dust. Show him the dust that was
I pulled out
Like,
blue
surrounding him.
I mean, he doesn't look at you. He's just.
I put it in front of his view.
He's already got a natural 20 insight check on you.
Oh, I didn't realize what that was.
They want us to blow up all your stones. But we don't want to hurt anybody.
Perks up his head. He just kind of sits there and seems contemplative and dismissive at the moment.
Can I be honest?
That
Always.
I mean, can I be 100% truthful in this situation to our guest?
Yeah. Doesn't change my mind, but yeah.
doesn't look very like a guest.
I mean, he's alive now.
Well, I guess that's better than some guests.
We didn't mean to harm you. It was a quick and fast situation, which we screwed up a little bit. You fell off a wall and then came into contact with some sharp objects. We brought you back. We're sorry for hurting you. It was an accident. But we needed information, and unfortunately, you were the most available soldier. You weren't protected by sight, and we were able to get you. We do not want to hurt you. We do not want to hurt anybody, but we need information, and you are available. Will you at least attempt to talk to us?
Doesn't appear to respond to you in any type of way. As a matter of fact, seems to grow more indignant at your statements.
Okay.
I asked us to recognize this guy.
What?
He's making me angry. He won't work with us at all. I want to help you. I saved you from death.
He's not staring at any of you.
What's the dragon or the black mark mean? Are those good guys or bad guys?
Okay, I'm gonna try to charm him. If it doesn't work, then we'll just kill him.
No.
Don't just kill him.
Why?
That's all I'm going to ask, is that you don't just kill him.
So
Okay,
we take him to the
kill him.
pixies and they turn him into a plant.
Maybe we should
For
give
life.
him to Punis.
Ooh. So the pixies turn you guys into plants, which we don't agree with. But if we do the thing that they want us to release one person. Is there anybody you want released from their plantness?
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Persuasion?
Mm-hmm.
Where are you, persuasion? 17.
Doesn't seem to respond to you.
Do your thing.
Okay.
He's leaning against the wall, right?
He's leaning against the cage.
So just go on that side.
I mean, it doesn't.
It's like a tall
Oh, it's just a
cylindrical
thing. You don't have to
cage.
touch him.
Oh, nothing can penetrate it.
I know. I meant you can touch him.
I'm
Don't worry about it. You do your things.
I'm going to touch him?
No.
Are we gonna do the?
Well, you.
Touch the butt. I will stand in between him and the doorway
Okay.
Regnons with the swords.
with my sword out. If
Like a small army of 3 foot tall creatures just kind of.
Okay, stand in front of the door, please.
and don't cut me. Just stand behind me.
Actually talking to Is. Ready your eyes on this guy. If he tries to run away, nope, Sproigins is going to talk to him first.
I can talk to them.
No. Let Sproigins try and talk to him.
I know.
If
I can talk to
No, we're going to have Sproigins talk to him. But if he tries to run, what are you going to do?
Kill him.
No.
What do you say?
Kill him. What are you going to do, Is?
Yes. If it doesn't work.
But what does Mom like?
Silent.
Petrify him?
Burn him.
No, not burn him.
Don't
I mean, he can burn him.
No, just make him freeze.
burn.
No, freeze.
He can freeze him too?
Petrified.
Okay, fine, burn him.
yeah, just turn him into stone.
Burn him. Yes.
But only if.
Rattle.
Only if.
Rattle.
Only if.
He's also frozen.
Only if.
He is alive.
Yes, and
Frozen.
tries to run.
He will try.
But only if.
He's kind of doing the 4-leg dance now at this point.
It's when do you do it?
Run he runs.
Perfect. Okay, good boy.
He's
It's
just
ready.
now kind of like, you guys see, is
Whatever he's
breaking
talking
into a tiny, like, happy 8-footed happy dance.
Okay, you guys prepare.
You guys just about to be set on fire.
Okay,
I'm okay with
you
it.
guys prepare. If this doesn't work, then
As
I've
you
got a
guys
sword out.
start to maneuver around and all this, you see him kind of grab the cage and pull himself up, and he's standing now, kind of taking in his surroundings.
We just stand behind him.
Yeah. Let me get his sword or his spear and his shield ready.
okay, Regnons, formation.
They all do like handstands and like breakdance stances.
It's just tight.
Yeah, the front
Okay.
3 are kind of like prison pose photo style.
Are elves immune to being charmed?
They're not immune to being burned.
Actually, yeah. I don't think they're immune.
Whatever.
I just think they have.
This plan hasn't really worked anyway, so let's just,
Let's just go with it.
yeah. I mean, we killed him once already, so.
True.
I mean,
Kill me
he
once,
kinda
shame
killed-
on you.
I mean, he killed himself. He was the one that landed on his head.
I mean, we've proven that we can do it before, so.
I'm not okay with just killing him though.
Oh, well,
But I am okay with training it.
Yeah. Okay, so
this is where I want to go
I mean,
back to my
he's ready to
island.
die.
I don't blame you. What?
Alright, let's.
Drop the thing, charm the dude, let's move on with this.
Okay, so
Mr. Grove.
okay, you guys make sure you know what to do.
What am I going to do?
holding
You're
my
just gonna like
action.
stab him, right, or like
Ah.
shoot him with like your bows.
No.
I don't think I want to stab him if he gets close. I want to try to block him if he
I
tries
mean,
to
we've
go
got
towards
99 Bregnons standing at the door with swords.
them. Okay, I'm not going to have my sword out. I'm going to try to grapple him if he tries to come towards the door.
I'm gonna hold my action. If he gets within 1 foot of the door, I'm gonna cast hold action.
Hey!
Person.
Hold person.
Oh,
That was good though. Yeah.
But I was.
Are you doing anything preparatory?
Yeah, I'm going to make sure I get my cage when
Okay.
I undo the cage. Well, he might grab it and run off with it. Like my cage.
okay, drop the cage.
Nicholas!
Okay, charm person.
Mad dash for the
Rock.
At
cage.
5th level, if it means anything.
He does immediately try and bolt. What's your spell save?
20.
That's a very high spell save.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is gonna send them fiber anyway.
Let me just double check something here.
Yeah, I think they've got. I mean, I don't think it's a elvish immunity to being charmed. I think
I think
it's
it's
a.
disadvantage.
Yeah, I mean, there's a. Oh shit,
That's-
it might be though, because it's like.
That's Fey ancestry.
Yeah. Which they would have.
Say.
Yeah, because shit, it might be immune to charm, fear, sleep.
No, it's just advantage against charms.
Oh, okay.
Did I pass?
What are you looking for?
Elves.
Yes,
Okay.
you got to H.
So,
I saw half elf. He's at the very beginning. I missed him at the front because I skipped straight.
so I'm gonna say, as you see him running towards the door, throwing himself at the wall of sorted Regnons, the pacing of his gait, which is massive, and he's,
It's got a gate.
moves like a linebacker, you know what I mean? Like early Urlacher, just
Mhm.
immediately sort of on foot. And he kind of stops and
What games are you playing?
Mind games.
I'd prefer if you didn't.
Why? We would. Doesn't matter. So, what is your name?
Dalthoriel.
That is a kick-ass name.
Why? What is happening?
Okay, the pixies got you in the forest. We brought you in here. You tried to attack us. You tried to escape.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, where's your power stones located? We're going to steal the one from the pixies.
Why would we do that?
Because that's what the Golden Claw said to do. We need to steal their power stone.
Dacian.
Right? Dacian. He said we need their power stone. Whoa. That's a good sign.
He's going to get us killed.
Should we kill? If we kill Dacian, is there anybody in your ranks that will rise up and make you guys cooler peoples?
Friends with
Right.
pixies?
We have friends among the pixies. You have stupid friends with you.
No, I was wondering if you could be friends with them. I know you're not.
So he wanted us to steal the pixies' power
This
thing,
friend is stupid.
which we did, and I'll show it to him.
We cannot give that to Dacian.
Why? That's our task. He gave us a task to go steal this from the pixies, which we did. It infuriated the pixies, and now I need to know where your power sources are kept.
What? Why?
The entirety of the pixies will descend upon us.
Yes, they will. Where is your stones located? Like your mass collection of stones.
One of the secure rooms under the armory. I don't know who's stationed there. We have to get back. We must warn them of the impending attack.
We will do that. Do not leave yet.
We must warn our men. They will be cut down in time, and if Dacian means to send us all to our graves, we must do what we can to prevent it.
Secret entrance.
I don't know where it is.
Let us go!
If you try to leave, my servants will cut you down.
Why would you do such a thing?
Because when we brought you in here, you attacked us.
I'm not of a mind, but are we friends? You are a companion of mine, are you not?
Yes, but in a minute you won't like me and you will attack me again.
I can't imagine why.
Okay, can you draw us a map of where the armory is? I want to try to get in there and get everybody out. Because if the pixies are coming
We
in,
need to warn the battlements, the reinforcements, the burn chamber. We have to make sure that everyone leaves. Even Dacian should not be subjected to such a fate. Come.
do you think if someone challenged Dacian to a fight, there would be anybody else that would join with him to fight those who stand up against?
That is against the code.
What's the code?
There is no honor in slaying a man outside of one-on-one combat. War is one thing. Rogue thievery and backstabbing is pitiful and weak.
Whoops.
If you destroy Dacian, or if somebody defeats Dacian, do they become the leader of your group?
The stupid one keeps talking.
I
She
know,
does
I'm
that.
stupid. I just
She's
want to
not
know
as
more.
stupid as you think. She's just hesitant.
Jesus.
She's just hesitant to answer questions because you attacked her first. She's a little shaken. Can you draw a map of where the armory is located?
I will take you there now. We can go first. Come.
You can't leave yet. You're going.
They will trust you as I trust you.
That's
Come.
not a fact. Can you draw a map or no?
Yes.
Okay.
How long
Ragnar.
does charm person last?
I don't know.
I thought it was an hour.
Long enough for me to cast it again.
I'm pretty sure it's an hour.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
It's an hour.
Mm-hmm.
What happened? I don't know what I'm looking at my spells.
You could have charmed all of us at 5th level.
Yeah.
It is an hour.
Please listen to me. We must go now. The pixies are surely on their way.
I need you to draw me a map. Can you do it? Yes or no?
I mean,
They are
we
bastards,
did
aren't
leave
they?
a trap for them that's delaying them quite a bit, so we should be okay for a few hours. We did some stuff to their plants.
He
Not-
just gets,
not
like,
the people
super
plants.
deflated.
Not the people plants,
The other plants.
Okay.
the like creepy plants. the ones with,
Regnon,
like, the-
run up to Hera's room and grab her art stuff.
I'll just go up there. He doesn't know which one's from my room.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, Regnon. I didn't hear you say Regnon. I thought you were asking him.
Oh.
I was like, what are you
No.
doing? What's his name again?
Why is this important?
Because we're afraid if you leave here, the pixiness will happen again.
Also, there's a chance that if you leave here, they think that you're a traitor and then you get hung outside the gate.
I would not hang another Eldritch for such a concern and consideration. Deshawn would likely take action, but
What were the elves hung for? You went upstairs to do your shit. What were the elves hung for yesterday?
conspiracy. Though many of us do not see it that way.
Conspiracy against Deshawn?
They were called in for dereliction of their duties. Many feel that the choices they made were at the best interests of the Eldritch, though certain people ruled otherwise. They were branded and hung for it. Can we go warn them?
Does he have the brand on his face? Okay. Shit. What would you? Why would my dad have the brand? Do you remember a Spillion?
No. I'm not familiar with such person.
Hera!
Hi.
Okay, can you please draw a map? You know your way around. I don't think the Eldritch are going to take too kind to us. So you can get back in there, but we cannot.
He starts kind of just putting his head down and focusing on the task that you put forth for him.
So what you guys been talking about?
Drawing?
So he doesn't. So people with the brand it's not everybody has a brand. You're given the brand. And those that were
Why
hung,
are you given a brand?
So the ones that were hung outside the gate yesterday were branded due to conspiracy.
Conspiracy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Conspiracy to do what?
I don't know, go against the Eldritch, but not everybody saw it the same way. I think it was Deshawn making a point.
Can you clarify what that all means?
They abandoned their post.
Why?
They were pursuing what they believed to be spies into the forest on foot. They thought that if we were being spied on, that we should take countermeasures to ensure our safety or to investigate the matter to determine if it was nothing. Deshawn only focused on their abandonment of posts, though they notified the right personnel. The post remained empty until replacements had come and an alarm of sorts was raised. Deshawn told everybody not to abandon their posts again, branded and hung them, stripped them of their armor.
Can anyone challenge Deshawn? Or does it have to be an Eldritch?
You must be in position to be accepted by the Eldritch as a leader. Not anyone can challenge. There is a hierarchy. Only certain people are allowed to make such a challenge and have it accepted.
Do you know of anyone who could challenge him?
There are some among us, if they were so inclined.
Do you know of anyone who's inclined?
Whispers.
Did we meet
Kind
him?
of goes back to working us now.
Who?
Whispers.
He's had worse whispers of people who would
Oh, I thought it was
Whispers
literally a
wasn't.
dude.
No. He's
Yeah.
throwing whispers.
Okay, let's
So
stay.
he's working on the map. You guys are kind of formulating and putting stuff together. We're going to take our first break right there. We will hopefully be back in short order. So sit tight. Again, everybody who's still with us, thank you so much for hanging out after the technical stuff. That was pain in the ass. But we will be right back to see how many orders we get blown up. So we'll.
Okay, so he's doing the map.
And welcome back.
Hi.
Yes.
Hi.
The group is now currently holed up in the magnificent mansion cast by the bard Sproigins after having kidnapped a sentry standing atop the battlements of the Eldritch fortress in the middle of the Feywild. And after murdering him, bringing him back,
I forgot
and
about that
then
for a second.
charming him, he is currently in the process of scribing a map for the group to the secret armory where the power stones are located inside the Eldritch fortress. And for the very short foreseeable future is currently under the impression that he is allied with Sproigins. And that's where we'll pick up. What are you guys doing?
How far along is he on the map?
He's going through the process of kind of creating like an elaborate step-by-step. It's not particularly artistic because it's still limited by his skill.
Yeah.
But you do get the sense that there's a certain aspect of dimension to it. And it's kind of breaking off like the main floor, and then he's kind of showing you the second floor below that, and then the area you would walk through. So it's just from a quick glance, you can tell that getting to wherever this location is not like just going in there. It is, generally speaking, it has a process of getting to it just by itself.
Okay. Stay with our friend, please.
Closer?
No, just where you are.
Just here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just make sure he's cool. Make sure
I mean,
Regnon's not doing anything.
He's
he's
still kind of just working on his little map.
seems pretty cool. Not as
tell
cool
him
as my
to
arrows though.
Stay here and not do anything unless he decides to do something crazy.
So yeah, let's be more specific than that.
Yeah.
Unless he decides to like book it. You know what I'm saying?
Tell him run. I don't know if he knows what.
Like run away. Yeah, don't do anything until he decides to run away, okay?
Okay.
But then what do you get to do?
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Please come to the kitchen with me.
What? Okay, yes, I'll be right back. Am I coming too?
Sorry, you don't have a thing.
That's a thing.
Yeah. Okay. So once we get this map, I think you and I should. Maybe we could bring Hera and walk her.
Maybe we can bring the group. What about Letus?
Shit, maybe lead us too. Doesn't matter. So I think when we get this information, we should polymorph into small little creatures.
Mhm.
Make it follow this map and get in there and drop this thing off.
Okay.
You okay with that? It might detonate and blow up a lot of these Eldritch.
You know I'm not okay with that.
Right. But if it's a thing that you don't want to do, you can, turn Hera or Walker or lead us into a little creature.
Well, I mean, it's gonna happen anyways.
Right.
Whether or not I go.
Yeah. I just figured if you and me go, because we can control when we're these things or not.
Okay, Sproigins. Are you sure you want to side with the pixies?
I have to.
Why?
Because I'm bonded with this bomb.
I mean, that's not untrue.
I don't want to kill the elves. I just want to kill the big one.
Deshaun?
Yeah.
I'll come with you, but I think it should just be the two of us.
Okay.
And Hera and Walker can look after Gus. I don't know who I'm coming with.
Okay. Sounds good. So, also, what do you think about... Is there a way to get out of the necklace?
What do you mean?
Is there a way, if you put this guy in your necklace,
Yeah,
is
just fall for
is
him.
there a way for him to get out?
Not without me letting him out.
Okay. So, what would you think about when he starts getting crazy, after he realizes that he hates me and he wants me to die? You put him in the necklace, and then we bring him to the
I did just clean out the poop.
pixies.
Okay. Wait, bring him to the pixies?
Yeah.
Why are we bringing him to the pixies? They're going to turn him into a mushroom house.
Yeah. But he won't be dead.
But he'll be a mushroom house.
Yeah. What's better, mushroom house or dead?
I don't know. Mushroom house seems pretty shitty of a lifestyle.
Yeah.
How would you like it if pixies just like lived inside
Well, I
you?
don't want to die either. So, like, I mean, I would probably choose death over being like a pixie house. I'm just trying to think about you here.
I don't think either is an honorable death. But
No. I don't think the first way he died was honorable either.
well, I'm a little mad at you.
That's fine. I'm a little mad at me too. But that's okay.
But that's normal, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess.
I'm gonna peek my head out and do message at Hera. Hera,
Yes?
I'm in the kitchen, you ding dong. You see my head poking out.
I'm gonna eat some food
Come here.
while I'm waiting.
Okay.
Okay,
Bye.
I'm gonna tell her the
I'll be back.
Okay, Walker and Lance just kind of.
I'm gonna tell her the plan. You go out and make sure it doesn't set any of the Regnons on fire.
The Regnons, he knows better than that.
Maybe we could have him practice with the Regnons.
In the archery room?
Yeah. Not right now. Next another time. When we're out of the Fae.
Okay.
Why did you bring me in here?
Okay.
How do you feel about is practicing on the Regnons?
No, that's something totally else.
How do you feel about is practicing freezing and petrifying and setting things on fire that have your and Walker's face?
I mean, I'm okay with my face.
They're not real. It's fine. Okay, Skadi, I'm gonna just make sure this is cool.
I'm gonna walk out and check on this.
Okay, so Skadi and I, because we can both change our form, we're thinking about once we get this map, if this is a thing, we would turn ourselves into small creatures and make our way into there.
Uh-huh.
But we would like the elves out of there.
Uh-huh.
So is there...
Why don't you do your plan with the hallucinatory pixie march?
Right, and that could be a thing that we can do too, but I didn't know if you wanted to see if you could pick a fight with Deshaun.
I do, but I'm not good at one-on-one. As we saw with me and Sleet.
Who? I'm not here.
I think that was his name.
I don't think I was there. Anyways,
True.
the way that this guy's talking sounds like we can get others to join our fight against him.
I could just kill him.
Yeah,
Like, I don't have to do an honorable duel.
I don't really give a shit about that. They just want him dead.
I mean, they very clearly do give a shit about that. They think it should be an honorable face-to-face battle to gain leadership level up.
Yeah, but we're not trying to level up in leadership.
No, which is why I'm saying, like, I don't have to do a one-on-one. I can just kill him.
At this point in time, oh, well, you would be there actually. You see, Darthariel like kind of put a finishing touch and gets up to move to the direction Sproigins had last walked. And okay, sure. You see him immediately, quicker than you even experienced before you were attuning your necklace, just kind of turn to stone. And then, like, from the stone, you actually see like and like fire is going on his shoulder, and you see it's running forward and biting at his like calf, but it's like made of stone, so he's like just trying to. However, let's get make a strength check for Is actually.
It's just gonna detonate his natural 20. Bites through a stone.
Where's his sheet?
I know he's not super strong.
No, he's not. He's got an. Oh, it's 0. 4.
Sure. Okay. So you see Is kind of gnawing on the cap and like not really doing anything with it, but he's still kind of pushing into it and trying to shock it. And you can tell like, nah, it's not a big deal. He's clearly not going to get through that. It's just stone. But as he's like trying to pull at it and gnaw it, like the solid form begins to shift and the statue
I go to try and catch it.
starts to.
You and me are in the kitchen talking about some
Make an initiative check.
Initiative!
Yeah. This is to determine your reaction speed.
It's better than it could have been. 14.
But the statue is just outside of your grasp. And you see this almost 7-foot tall stone structure of massive musculature just come crashing down, holding like this piece of paper as he just drives and plants into the ground. This is the interesting one, though. And as he sort of hits the ground, you see both elbows buckle and the hands just fall off the statue form, and he rests there, elbows pinned into the ground, just motionless like a rock.
Do we hear this?
So this part of his arm is off now?
Yeah.
On both arms?
You guys heard a big crash come from the entryway.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Volume is really
Well, that's interesting.
Skadi.
I'm gonna cast.
I'm gonna go pick up his arms and look at the map while holding his.
I'm gonna cast Heal Person at 3rd level, or Healing Word,
Okay.
and see if that does anything for the stone man. I don't even have to roll.
Mark off the slot.
Does the map look good?
I mean, it's pretty elaborate. You're kind of like the weirdest puppet map.
I'm talking to him.
Yeah. He's round.
Did he run or did he turn to walk?
He moved quick.
He did move quick. You did a really good job freezing him.
I'm not.
He did good as shit. Tell him he did good
You
as
did
shit.
good as shit, said Sproigins.
Eat him?
No. You don't eat him because he's stoned.
Yes, I remember.
Okay, so I'm gonna
And
feed.
immediately he starts dispelling, and now you are hearing. This guy is waving 2 stumpy arms.
Tell the stone.
No, it's stop! Don't eat. No! No!
Petrify him! Petrify him!
He's only got 1 use per day, right?
Oh, shit!
I'm gonna throw him 3 pounds of fish.
He's now.
Who? The guy with no arms? You're throwing fish at that guy?
I'm at the guy trying to stop the bleeding of
He
the
is
stumps.
charging at the guy, and now is just bitten into his calf.
I punch this in the top of the head.
Roll an attack.
Bet your ass!
It always goes like this.
I'll just move the arms down.
That definitely hits.
You're now like holding the floppy.
What is
Get
his
like-
strength?
get like,
'Cause it's
yeah, like-
19.
No, you mean his AC is 11.
Yeah, that hits. Go ahead and make an unarmed attack.
Which is what?
D4 plus your strength.
I'm gonna have to get the Regnons to smash some of these diamonds. Here's gonna get turned to stone.
4? Oh yeah, so Is takes 4 damage.
Yep.
Baddest. No.
Is don't eat him. I'm casting healing word quick on this guy again.
He's like losing his shit and freaking out at this point. Hang on.
And not charmed anymore.
Yeah. So, but it's not so much that he's directed his fury and anger at your group as much as he's like
I have
just
no arms!
came to bloody stumps that are now like beginning to spurt out. And
Did they fall off the map?
And like Is has a small piece of his cap.
I'm holding his arms and the map.
Yeah. But at this point, the map has kind of come out as his fingers are like just loose, like dead fish meat kind of thing.
I take the arms from you. Give them to me, and then I try to like
Beat him to death.
stick them on. No!
Actually, not the arms someplace. That's what I'm gonna try and healing word.
This has always worked.
It's all right. Hang on.
Did you just say this always works?
I said, is this how it
Oh my god.
He's not holding still long enough for you to even remotely come close to doing that. But as he is sort of running around and spastic, he begins to head to the door before he kind of like
I thought
takes
I was
half
sitting
of a
on him.
knee. He takes half of a knee and kind of like, and then just begins to like fall forward, and eventually, after just about 20 seconds of freaking out, sort of slumps into a puddle on
His
the
own
floor, and this blood pool is now just kind of expanding around him.
Right.
I stick the arms
3
on
Regnons,
his
get the mops, please. In the buckets.
Well, that feels like bedtime.
I hope you have a good night.
You're holding 2
Yeah,
arms.
I hope you have a good night as well.
That's fine.
And
Everything's fine.
12
Yes.
12.
to his arms.
This guy's already been revived once today. At this point in time,
You're gonna revive him to what? Like, I don't know.
yeah. We'll say that he. Just immediately passes back out again.
Okay.
So is he dead for sure now, or is he just unconscious? I need this
I
clear.
mean, he's probably got a couple.
Medicine check.
Probably got a couple minutes. Should we have S just eat him?
I'm thinking that.
Because when the mansion goes away, it's just
17.
body's just gonna.
What?
17.
I would say you can identify in a general sense this amount of blood coming out of a person is for sure going to result in death. He might not be there yet, but is very quickly on his way.
Alright. Is there any fire around?
Do you want S to have fire around?
He's only got one of those per day, too.
Yeah, I got
What is
a
it?
fire-breathing fireless. What are you talking
What
about?
is it you're trying to do?
Cauterize the
the end
wound?
of his arms.
Why?
To stop the bleeding.
So then what? We can send him back to the Eldritch where he has no function?
Why did you do the petrification? We could have fixed him and then.
Is undid it.
Is wanted to eat him.
Is
Okay,
undid the petrification.
How long would it take for me to light a torch?
That's
It's
considered
an
an action.
action.
Regnon, light a
I
torch.
use an action to light a torch, and I burn each of the stumps.
Okay, you're holding open flame and what is not. I mean, it's fire. It's not like cauterizing hot though. It's not branded metal or anything. You're kind of like burning. Matter of fact,
He's
he has
gonna
a,
like singe his, burn his flesh off.
I thought I would know that
say
that
he
would.
takes an automatic fail on a death saving throw from fire damage. It doesn't really seem to have an effect.
Walker already went up to his room to go to sleep. What is it? What is it that you're trying
Just
to?
left the bleed in the entryway.
Well,
Well, would it? She used a healing word on it.
Mm-hmm.
Does that not stop the bleeding?
It did. It brought him back for a moment, but it does. It's not going to close the wound of a missing limb. No.
What would?
probably greater restoration, maybe. That is still.
Okay, I put out the torch.
Well, you shouldn't have done that. It's kind of at least hung out by it.
I go up to my bedroom.
Sproigins, what do we do
I
here?
shut the door and I lock
See if
it,
Is wants to eat
and I
him.
go to sleep.
Hold on. Does he have any like jewelry on? Or, like, a wallet?
No, it was all taken off.
Yeah, he's in his long john underwear that's all completely red now.
Yeah. Does he have any jewelry on whatsoever?
Doesn't appear to, no.
Sproigins,
Yeah.
I can't
This is a shit show.
authorize this as who I am on the inside. So Is understands you. You can't understand him, but Is understands you. This is what needs to happen. I need you.
I know what needs to happen. Is
Can I roll for vomit?
Constitution saving throw. Okay. Is
He said yeah. I got a 12.
okay.
Does he say yeah?
It's a little bit more guttural. You could almost make out intent through timbre, but it's not intelligible.
Maybe there's an inflection there. That's it.
Right, yeah.
Okay. I need you to eat this guy.
Okay,
And just
Sproigins, can you at least ask him to bring him to his room?
He's already kind of. Okay. Is can you?
he's going back to work on the calf that he started.
Sproigins, can you have Regnon bring this man to his
Okay.
room?
Is hold on. Okay, I'm gonna have Regnon bring him up to your room because Mama don't like it right now. Okay, you can eat him in your room. Okay, Regnons, can you please drag this man up to Is's room?
And like immediately you see kind of the body begin to levitate through the spectral forms. Like a half dozen of them are ushering him up the staircase.
Mom's got a mom.
Thanks, Is. I'm gonna do a healing word at first level on Is.
Mom's got a mom. I'm gonna roll for vomit again.
As you're
6. He got
surrounded
all
in
his
a
health
pool
back.
of blood.
I don't care about the blood. I care about the fact that my child's eating somebody.
blood.
Natural one.
all just the trail leading up the stairs.
Yeah. Sounds like the Hot Wheels track engine revving, just super everywhere. Now it's like
Regnon's.
this weird blood, like bile mixture just in the entryway.
Just get a different bucket, different mop.
Y'all can never give me shit for that one chick.
My child just killed a
Did you just
person.
No, I didn't. It was 11, but it was cocked, so now it's 4. So 4.
I would say that you're definitely like it's coming up, and you're at the point where you can determine whether or not you want to clench your teeth and swallow, or if it's just gonna come out.
I'm gonna step back.
Sproigins, I need you to do me a favor. And I've never asked this.
You're like above the stairs, so it's not like I'm here, but, it's like, but I'm just keeping eye contact the entire time.
Rolling. 5.
I'd like to point out.
I'm also gonna roll again. That's what's funny! Get the hold of it!
And now you feel right about your actions. So.
Yes, Dia? Sproigins, I need you to do me a favor.
What?
I've never asked this of you, and I will probably never ask it again. I need you to charm me so that I can sleep. Stop.
Charm!
Just make it so that I'm okay with this so I can get some sleep.
Do your rolls.
What rolls?
It's a charisma saving throw.
Well, you
Do I need to? Yeah, I'm choosing to fail.
Yeah. Okay, everything's great. You should go to bed.
I come back out. We were gonna scry on your mom. Why does it smell so bad?
Here, go to your fucking room!
You said you didn't take the air.
It's okay. guys needed to eat.
Yeah.
He was hungry.
I know. Bring down the bucket!
Make a constitution.
18.
Actually, because of your current state, does they make it a disadvantage?
7.
So as you, a bucket. Well, you just wretch all over the place. You like just barely keeping it together, just about to like have that moment where you zen in. Just
Sproigins!
It's like drool and goober all over the face.
It's just hungry.
Yep.
It's okay.
Go to sleep.
Well, first I'm gonna swear on your mom.
Okay.
I'm gonna set up right here and swear on his mom.
Okay.
Where you sit on top of the stairs?
Yes, top of the stairs. Because you're right here.
Stir scrying.
Okay. You're trying to scry specifically on what are you specifically trying to scry?
To make sure she's not with the child of the fire. What is that?
The circle of fire.
Circle of fire.
Okay. What are you bringing to the scry?
The letter from his mother about his father.
No, the letter that my dad wrote to my mom.
That's it.
Good. Okay. Ooh, actually though.
Walker, you always miss the fun stuff.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. As you begin to concentrate and focus, and your perception begins to drift away from your body to travel towards your target, it immediately fizzles, and you feel the spell fail as you come back to yourself.
Okay. Not Walker. Sproigins, she saved. She didn't want me to scry on her.
Okay. The baby tomorrow.
Like, try again right now.
Can you go to sleep?
I mean, I can go to sleep.
Go read the journal.
Why don't you feel well? Because there's vomit everywhere?
I keep smelling your vomit. It's like vegetables and shit. Like vegetables and dirt water.
At this point, you actually see Letus, who's now coming out of what that lower portion hallway off of the entryway, towel around his waist,
Orange juice?
carrying his shield and spear in his left hand, and he kind of just looks.
Watch out for that. This moist right Have a good night.
Puts the shield and spear down and goes right back into the bathrooms.
Hi, Letus!
Hi. Disappears back into the bath.
Well, I mean, I should go check on Is before bed.
Okay.
Are you gonna go to bed? Yeah, I mean, you don't feel like you should probably get some sleep. Yes. I'm gonna have to, like, sincerely roll a constitution.
Good voice work.
Yeah. What's up? I've done it.
So I think you should probably go lay down because you don't feel very well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go check on this and then I'm gonna head to bed.
No, check on this. He's sleeping.
Did you already check on him?
Yeah.
He's asleep.
I don't want to bother him if he's sleeping.
Good idea.
Is he asleep like, oh, was he all like laid back out on the tinder, or
Yep. Just like that.
big belly because he ate everything that you gave him?
Yep.
What a good little boy. He's getting to be a teenager, so you know he's a little feisty, but he's a good boy.
Yep. Quite the appetite.
I'm going to bed.
Okay. So you go up, find your room, easy. Sproigins, are you doing anything else?
I'm gonna dodge the puddles on the stairs. Regnons, all this. All this on.
And you see a bunch of them run off and
You get the bleach, get the light, just
break out the purple stuff.
yep. Take care of it.
And you immediately start seeing some of them shuffle back with various cleaning implements and are waiting for the Regnons to assemble with their various janitorial tools.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to my room.
Ragnar, can I get a druid ale before bed?
Runs down the stairs. Short while later.
Thank you. And I'm gonna chug it and then go to sleep.
Okay.
Your rag water.
So you guys go to sleep. In the safety of the mansion, it is relatively restful compared to anything else. Walker, you will be done 4 hours before everybody. Are
Yep.
you doing anything with that time?
I mean, there's a training room.
There's a
No.
library.
No.
There's a hidden room.
There is a hidden room.
Nope.
Okay. So, after the approximation, or what feels like about 8 hours of rest, everybody wakes up, and there are various stages of waking from having gone to bed, separated by 15-30 minutes, give or take. Eventually, all wake with no real minor change seems to have taken place. What do you guys want to do?
I want to search my room or take a look around for a hidden door, trap door, for the
Make
hidden
an
room.
investigation check.
Investigation?
Mhm.
18.
Don't see anything that stands out as unusual.
It's 2 levels,
Mhm.
and it's the 1 level, and then our rooms are on the 2nd level.
Mhm.
I want to look in the hallway for the same thing.
Are you going to room by room?
I'm going to hallway, and then I'm going to go to breakfast,
Okay.
and then check the kitchen.
Give you a remaining second floor check at disadvantage.
Ragnon meats and eggs.
Okay. There's a number of them that show up with various trays and collections of food and whatnot at your request.
18.
Still don't see anything of note.
When I was gone last week, did you guys mess with the blue fairy dust at all? No?
Yes, she
Yes.
drank some.
I ate some, and I sprinkled it on my head, and I also sprinkled it on some rocks.
Anything?
No,
Okay. Was I there for that? Yeah, I was there for that.
it's a component. You'd have to use it in a spell, I'm sure.
How's
Doesn't taste
the
very good.
carpet?
It's like licking glitter.
It looks cleaned up.
How's it smell?
Not as cleaned up, but it's much improved from the freshness of it.
Would my prestidigitation clean up the smell?
I mean, it could push or stave the smell off for a short while. It wouldn't necessarily replace it entirely. You can mix a little sick and sweet together, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, like bacon and throw up.
I go to the kitchen.
For strawberries and death.
Yeah.
I'm a really groggily walk down to the kitchen. Little druid hungover.
Okay, sure. A lot of dirt water.
Hey guys,
Sort of like a leaf dew.
you guys.
Hey,
What happened last night?
you know what happened?
No.
Yeah, you
did
do.
a bunch
Yeah.
of throw up. We killed the guy.
That can't be real. Whoa. No, that wasn't real. That was a dream.
Did you check on S?
Is froze a dude and set him on fire,
You were there for
and then
all
made
of
him a real person again, and he bled all over the floor,
You asked me
and
to
then you
charm
had
you.
him eat the guy,
Yeah, you asked me to charm you. You
and
don't.
then I went to
forget
bed, so I don't
that
know what you
charmed
guys did, but it smells like vomit and blood.
Morning, everyone.
Oh, hi, Walker.
That wasn't real.
Lita's come down yet?
Yeah, he's sort of ambling his way down and kind of just looking at the entryway.
Oh shit, I forgot this is a thing with Letus. Letus, we've got some orange juice for you. Or are you
Isn't it
feeling
a
like
little
some
early for
water?
orange juice?
Yeah, I'll just go for water for now.
I'm gonna grab a side of water and walk up to Is's room.
Okay. You open the door and you just kind of see him sort of laying slightly on his back, sort of legs draped out. Seems to have like a large bone in his
Just
mouth.
spooning
Just
a
a
skeleton.
How much body is in there?
Make a perception check.
With an advantage.
12.
12. Despite your better interest of maybe wanting to know, you kind of just do a quick scan of the room, and there's a lot of bones of varying sizes, and Is has fed all kinds of different meats, and you can certainly tell that. But then there's sort of a collection of bones that appear very rib-like. Kind of sets you off. That's a foot. That's a human foot.
Yep, there's literally still a foot.
Is?
Kind of snatches the bone in his mouth like he felt like he was going to drop it. And kind of spits it out.
Buddy?
Yeah.
How you feeling?
Yeah.
I'm talking to Is.
I'm sure I'm ready. Is there another one?
No, there is not another one.
You sure?
I'm sure.
We can find one.
What?
We can find one.
No.
Just good.
Is?
I know where they are.
Is?
Got the taste.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna try and avoid eating humanoids.
Humanoid.
So like, kind of like humans. Like we can hunt beasts. We can definitely hunt aberrations.
I don't know what any of that is.
Okay. Things that look like mom,
Yeah.
don't eat them.
Anything but blue.
No.
Hey,
I mean, that's true too. Nothing blue. But, you know how mom walks on 2 legs and has 2 arms and a head?
Yeah.
We're gonna avoid most things like that because mom is scared about what you did last night.
I have to eat.
I know, but don't you like chicken?
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw him the last.
I mean, I like chicken. I don't want to eat chicken all the time.
I'm throwing the last of my chicken.
Okay. That's it. Yeah.
What's your favorite food?
What was he?
He was an elf.
That was pretty good.
Okay, but here's the deal. We can't go around. We can't go around eating elves.
No,
Please.
No.
don't eat the elves.
Not all the time.
Just the non-blue elves.
No. Not unless mom says so.
Eat when you say so.
Eat elves when I say so.
Eat elves.
You can eat all the chicken you want.
Chicken elves.
Sure, if you find a chicken elf, you can have a chicken elf.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Write it down.
but we're not gonna eat humanoids again for a long time because mom is, you know, like when you're sad on the inside and like it hurts right here.
Like when you stuck in necklace.
Bunsen burger.
Yeah, like when you're stuck in necklace.
Yeah.
That's what mom's feeling right now.
Oh, you get stuck in a necklace?
You stuck me in a necklace.
I won't have you.
But that's what it feels like.
You gave me this necklace.
Oh, you mean the scarf?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did give you that scarf. It looks very handsome on you.
You can't fit in it.
I can fit in there?
No,
Can't.
you can't.
Oh, yeah. Okay, but you know how your heart hurts when you're stuck in the necklace?
Yeah.
That's what my heart feels like right now.
Because you're stuck in my necklace?
Because you ate a person.
Yeah. You told me he ran, But he did. He tried to attack a friend. So I, wow. And then turned him, froze, realized could not bite, and then unfroze.
And you did a really good job at it.
See?
But don't unfreeze and eat unless Mom says so.
Just freezing.
Just freeze.
Non-blue elves.
Anything with
It has like an intelligence of 5. And you're trying to like reason with him.
I know. Okay, if Mom says that you can eat it, you can eat it. But if Mom says no, you don't eat it.
Don't do it if Mom says no.
Correct. But if Mom says go ahead, what do?
Eat non-blue elves.
Eat non-blue elves. That's right.
Okay.
But definitely don't eat any blue elves or blue anything.
Don't eat anything blue. Okay.
Okay.
And he kind of goes back to eating the chicken that's in front of him, sort of ignoring you for a quick sec.
That's fine. Okay, I'm gonna go down to breakfast. Meet me down there when you're ready. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Guys, I think Is is a terror.
He's a
Yeah.
fireless.
He's a fucking creature.
I think he's gonna eat more people.
That's the hope. Right? Is it not?
Also,
Is that
not to
what we-
keep bringing it up, but y'all can't let me. You can't bring up drama to me again. You had him
Feel
stabbed
like-
a whole lot of
I
times.
feel like you bring her up more than we bring her up.
Because I still feel really bad about it.
That's fair.
He was 7 feet tall.
Is took him down.
This is a huge
Unarmed,
guy. Literally.
naked.
You shoot him in the back of the head.
He was unarmed. More like he was disarmed.
What?
So, do we want to talk about the army of people that are waiting for us?
Too soon, bro.
We
Okay.
don't know if there's a lot.
I say that because the arm thing.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay, so there is a
Do you want to blow up the
chance-
Eldritch? Do we want to blow up the Eldritch? You
I
have to
have
still.
to blow up the Eldritch.
Why do you? Oh, okay.
You know why?
I know you have to.
I have to blow up their stones.
Well,
Yes.
let's just do that. Let's go.
But do you want to? Would you rather not?
Yes, I want to.
Well, then let's not do it.
Well, that doesn't change your intent if you don't want to. Your intent is still to blow them up.
Yeah.
But if you would rather not, that doesn't change your intent. So you can tell me.
Yeah, but it could change the intent when it comes time to do it. Yes, I want to blow it up. Do you hear me? I want to blow it up.
Do like if you would rather not.
You can like change, right? You can change your appearance.
I'm changing the walker.
Can you change into the 7-foot guy?
I'm true.
Minor illusion. Just-
No, that was just me miming how I think you would climb a tree.
Can you turn into the 7-footer?
I can
Sure.
make myself look like a me-sized version of that guy.
Can you cast a spell magic?
So no.
Oh, you can shape change within your size class.
Oh yeah, technically he was in the size class.
You also should prepare a spell.
Yes.
He would be taxing your abilities,
Yeah.
sort of to the extreme, but yeah.
Couldn't you just take the map and then just go right in?
Yeah, so here's the problem though is I can't make myself look like this guy because this guy was supposed to be in his post and he's not there.
Right.
He also just told us that people left their post and then they got hung.
Right, but he said it was down by the armory, right? So you just say someone stole your armor and weapons, and then you go to
And
the
then I
armory.
get hung because somehow someone stole my armor and shit.
But you'll think of something.
I would prefer not to put myself in the position to think of something on the fly.
Well, you're very good at it, so you should
Yes.
consider
but then it's just me.
This.
Consider what?
That thing that we just talked about.
Consider doing it.
Yes.
Got it.
Do it.
Well, how does he look? I want to turn into. Not. I want to. Did he have a kind of regular elfish face?
I mean, yeah, he was vaguely elven. He did have some notable features. It's difficult to tell from a distance, but this one in particular, as an elf, it was very odd. Had kind of some dropping facial hair, which for the elves you've seen in these surrounding areas, extremely rare. Had long dark hair, kind of ponied out. I mean, he's big and burly, but they all sort of seem to be, compared to the average elves, especially, that are very frail and sort of slender in nature, massive compared to the typical elves you've seen.
Yeah.
So he's distinct compared to some other elves, but seems also somewhat approximately similar in general appearance to a lot of the elves that you had seen from within.
Okay. Okay. So, how about this for a plan? I stayed looking like this dude, but I want to change my face to look like the snooty elf from Fire Shield.
Okay.
But do they look very different?
I mean, depending on how much you're trying to sort of mix the two.
Well, did this guy have a helmet?
The soldier?
Yeah, that we snatched.
Mhm.
Okay, so I just want to.
That is it.
I want to be that dude, but have the face of the elf with the fire shield.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna put all his shit on, and then we're gonna do our plan.
Does he look weird?
Does who look weird?
Him with the face and the body.
I mean, he doesn't look weird.
Okay.
He looks like the approximation of an elf
Okay.
that now is wearing Eldritch armor and has Eldritch features. He's much larger. If anything looks out of place, it's the fact that he's now kind of got this weird sort of muscular but gangly type of frame that's difficult to fill out with his abilities because he's now almost a foot taller and
Wait, so how am I coming with you if you're already transformed into this?
Because this is just the thing I can do.
Yeah, so am I gonna just wild shape into a bug and ride you?
No.
Whoa.
Also, I'm gonna polymorph into a bug.
He's gonna be both shapes.
Yeah, so that way,
The same
when I
time?
at the same yeah, because this is just a thing I can do.
Okay.
I cast a spell
Okay.
to turn me
So
into.
I'm just gonna hang out in the tree then?
I mean, that's what you do.
Right. So that's what I'm doing today?
Yeah, and do you want to
No.
want to do something else?
No.
Okay.
Sounds like you're dealing with some magic stuff, so.
Do you want me to try and dispel the magic of the stone that is in tune with you?
Oh,
You can't ask
Why
him
would-
that.
why
It
would we do
change
that?
his intent.
That's true.
why would we?
That's why I was.
Doesn't change the
being
fact that
sneaky about
I want the pixies' help, right?
He's
We-
adamant about
We
this.
decided the pixies are great, right?
Okay.
Right? Pixies are totally great.
Totally super great.
And they had their run,
You guys are going on your own in this complicated map, just the two of you.
I mean, it's not that complicated. Is
Is
it?
it complicated?
It's like a 3-tier map. There's some doors and hallways. I wouldn't say it's complicated as much as it's at least somewhat elaborate.
Why don't we just go on the necklace?
There's poop in there.
I mean, you can, except for the poop.
I thought you have to, well,
I totally have to explain it out.
Okay.
Clean up poop?
We've talked about this many times.
I forgot.
1 foot at a time, light soil.
Just shit the poop out. When the mansion drops, the poop also is just gonna
I
drop.
thought you did that before we went in the mansion.
Yeah, you did. I got sort of some of the poop. You know how much is poops? He ate a fucking person last night. He poops a lot.
Not in the necklace.
No, he ate him in his room. There's probably a ton of shit up in that room.
Right.
Good thing
Christ.
let's just not be
Okay.
under that.
Do you guys want to
Send-
go into the necklace?
Send one of the servants in to clean up the necklace.
Ragnar, can you get in the
Is it the one that looks like you, or?
Yeah. Me. Faltor,
You didn't give him a command to
I
clean.
told him to clean. Can you get in the necklace and clean?
You said get in the necklace.
I said and clean.
Doesn't seem to suck him in or draw him in any way.
Faltor.
He's bound to this mansion, bruh.
See, he's not a real thing. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going.
Faltor!
Just this.
Oh, right on the kitchen table.
Yeah.
Oh, all the chicken.
All the meat. All the meat.
I reckon.
Here's some.
No.
Did you just bite a doo-doo?
No, it was an apple.
No, that's doo-doo, baby.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and goodberry.
You get a good berry right at the table full of shit. Well, fuck it. I mean, just I got these berries though.
Is there any more poop in the necklace?
Go ahead and check out. What do you mean?
Faltor.
Doesn't seem to be. It wasn't like a massive projectile the last time. It was sort of a slow lump.
Also,
Hit him with the slump-a-lump.
Yeah.
as long as we're at it,
A lump-a-dump.
as long as we're just letting things out of the necklace, release some smoke.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so you guys want to go in the necklace. Now that it's been decluttered, do you want to go in the necklace? We're gonna
Question.
turn into flies.
Are we trying to kill the Eldritch?
I don't fucking know.
Just the one, right? Just the big guy.
Deshaun?
Okay. How
As
are we
you
not?
say that, Sproigins, you feel sort of a very gentle but noticeable kind of warmth crawl into your palm.
Is he holding the stone? Is that it?
No, but it's attuned to his.
Does it look like anything?
Doesn't appear to. It's just kind of a very gentle warmth. No real intensity to it. Noticeable, but not problematic either.
What exactly did we promise the pixies?
It was gonna blow up their stones.
Right? It was to
I just-
blow up all the stones, not to
I just gotta
kill the
warn-
Eldritch, right?
Warmth though. Deshaun. Do I feel it again? Explode. Motherfucker. No.
Okay.
I had a warmth the last one I just said, Deshaun.
Like when you were pregnant with a slab?
That
Or
was
when
like
you were
an
talking
warmth.
about we're not going to be killing all of the Eldritch, we're going to be trying to kill just one. It's a change in intent, probably.
Can I get in the
Yeah, but
necklace?
The intent is to go in
You wanna
and
get in
blow
the
the
necklace
shit
right
up.
now?
Isn't that the plan?
I don't know.
Are
Hera's
you two
got-
with it's gonna fit? Because someone's gonna watch this.
Okay, so are you guys trying to fight and cause a distraction and we'll go in? Because I can do like a terrain and make it seem like a bunch of pixies and shit
Are you sure you can do that and polymorph at the same time?
Polymorph's concentration. I have to concentrate on being a fly.
Yes.
The illusion that I would use is not. I don't have to
Okay.
concentrate on that. I
So you
just
can cast
do
the
it.
illusion and it'll do its thing. You don't have to focus on it anymore. And then
Correct.
you can concentrate and turn into a thing and go about your
Correct.
life.
So you can make an illusion of me leading an army of fairies to the gates?
Yes.
As long as it fits within a certain size range.
Do you want to be the leader of the pixies?
Oh, I don't know, but
I mean, is that what you would want?
I mean, it's something new. So,
Is he doing? Are you doing visualize at me?
Like an off bedroom.
Yeah, it's like a So
disadvantage?
It's almost like a half open door porch salesman just showed up by us. Like,
hey, you guys ever heard of magazines?
You should
I
make it
used
be
to be
Walker, but with your
outdoors.
mustache. You should have it be Walker, but with your mustache.
But like a big walker with like a huge mustache. How big do you want a mustache?
Like a we praise the
If you could, like, let's say you actually could grow a mustache.
Okay.
You talking to Mike or Walker?
Yeah.
Valid though.
Would you want, like, let's say,
Can we get some good neck beard going on?
I mean, it might be hard for them to see at a distance, but, like, if you didn't have a shirt on and you're just, like, fucking rippling,
Just Cassie Swayze.
and you just have, like, let's say you have one of these mustaches that comes here and goes down and, like, goes over your nipples so they look like suspenders.
What do you mean one of those? That's something you've ever seen in your whole life.
I mean, but he has it.
That's true.
Lead us?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Okay, so I'll
We got a plan?
Make you look like a huge dude, no shirt on, mustache.
You start taking my shirt off.
No, keep your actual shit. You're not actually doing it. I'm projecting that you will be doing it.
At this point,
Or do you actually want
he
to
just
do
walks up
it?
to you, Skadi. Do the thing.
What am I doing to you?
Let's go.
All right. Is I hate to do this.
Oh, it's gonna be a real tight fit with all four of you in there.
Yeah.
Letus and Walker and Hera are gonna join you in the necklace. They're gonna come hang out with you in my necklace. Okay? I don't know what he's saying. Okay.
He walked away like about 3 feet, and you just hear. Like a tiny bit of both, mostly apart.
Was that like you didn't want to do that?
PlayStation 2 starting up?
Kind of like free pebbles popping, but it's like mostly projectile air kind of thing.
They know it's your home. If you have to poop in your to poop in your own home, they know that's yours.
Those are really fucking bad.
Prestidigitation. Prestidigitation.
Too small for
Smells like clean cut grass in your face now.
It smells much better.
strawberries.
I mean strawberries, clean cut grass.
Clean cut strawberry.
Strawberries again. Last time you did strawberries.
There's over dead bodies at that time.
Okay, so are you gonna be okay with them in your necklace with you? It's kind of true. You don't really have a choice. So. I'm gonna pat Is on the head. And I'm gonna feed him some more fish.
He's doing that on purpose now. He's letting you know.
You should poop now just in case.
I told him it's his home. If he has to poop, he gets to poop.
Yeah, he gets to poop, but I'm saying he could also poop right now.
Yeah, Is why don't you try and push one
So
out?
we don't want to like cause
I think he's doing it.
He is.
What is this game devolved into?
This is the thing now. This is
Think you
Dungeons and Dragons. Dumpins and
You ready?
Hold
I
down?
think he said hold on. He's still got some.
I think you said hold down.
This smells like fruit snacks now. It smells like shark.
And then Is kind of starts gingerly walking towards you.
You ready?
Yep.
Baltimore.
Disappears into the necklace.
Okay, please don't tell Tori yet. Okay.
Do you guys have the map?
Yes.
He does.
Outlander, you should probably memorize the map.
Done.
Fingers still.
Who am I? That's the guy from last night.
Too soon.
Too soon.
/tag way too soon.
Fair.
You should feel bad about it. A little bit.
Okay. Are you confident?
No.
Okay, can I, between both of us, can we memorize this?
I mean, yeah.
You're an Outlander.
Right.
Like, you're good at this kind of shit. I'm kind of not. So
So follow me.
I would like for you to lead.
Give me the map. Okay.
Okay, we're
Okay, we
gonna
have to get here.
Yes.
This is gonna go really well.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Remember to watch for traps.
It's probably our best
Says
plan
you.
yet.
I'm not gonna be there, so remember to
Yeah.
watch for traps. Yes, I ran through that one spot.
Okay, are we gonna be flies or spiders?
Flies.
Is there anything better, cooler than a fly?
A bat.
Bats are too big.
What about a sturge? It's a
What
blood-sucking
is a
fly.
Sturge.
What's not going to seem weird in the Feywild
It's all going to seem weird in the Feywild.
to us?
Well, how big is a sturge compared to a regular fly?
Have we noticed any bugs?
Insexuals.
I would say
That's weird.
you haven't thus far haven't tried to seek any out. Haven't really been in a circumstance where you would have inherently noticed. I would say, other than larger creatures, even if they are insect-like in nature, you haven't seen anything on a smaller scale at this point.
Y'all should look for a bug when we open the door and then turn into that.
What about all my climbing trees? Nothing along the way.
You're gonna pretend to be climbing a tree while you're inside the necklace.
I was talking about the bugs.
Oh.
Yeah. I'd say it's possible. Make an intelligence check to see if you recall right offhand.
16. No, 15.
15. You did sort of shuck off some small, seemingly centipede-like creatures. Some very small, like leaf mantis type of creatures you saw. You didn't really get a gauge for what other
Okay.
insect life might be around. You know, you did see some. They seem different than the material plane, but not really a lot of insight.
I will keep that to myself.
Fine. We're going
Okay.
to turn into flies.
Okay, I think we should hug the walls and stuff. Wherever shadows are, stay within the shadows.
Okay.
But then, like, if there's a guy, like, in the shadows taking a shit, or like, maybe not go there.
Okay.
Or maybe we go to the shit, because that's what flies
That
do.
is what flies would do.
I don't want to go by the shit, though.
This
Well,
is gonna.
It's right here.
This
so
is gonna work.
Throw up as a shit. Flies
Why throw up? Are you trying to be incognito or not?
You trying to blend?
I mean,
You gotta throw
what?
You guys first see if there's an insect outside that you can turn into before you decide to be
I
flies.
don't want to, like, just
Just a quick glance. If you can't find anything,
I will pop my head out.
outside.
Whoa, wait a minute. Too late.
Yep.
Okay. How are you doing so?
Like this. Open the door. Pop my head out.
There is not an army of pikemen staring at the door. But you do see probably about, 15 feet right near the tree line, there is a sentry that is now facing the fortress, and there appears to be another one maybe about 40 feet to his right.
So guys, I didn't see any bugs, but we're surrounded.
Okay.
Well, you didn't check for bugs. I was sort of letting you know what you saw.
I still think that's exactly what would have happened.
That's reasonable, but if you'd like to make a check, I will give you an opportunity.
Let's be realistic. I did not.
Okay,
check
but like,
Which
if they
is why
come
Hera
in,
was gonna ask, did you even check for bugs?
there was a guy there.
So no.
okay,
How many guys?
doesn't. Okay, yeah. How many guys are they coming at us?
No, they're just standing watch.
Are they taking a shit?
Might have been
How far away
Well,
are they?
they are.
15 feet.
They are watchmen. So.
So they gotta take poops sometimes.
We watched them.
Yeah.
She watched them.
Yeah.
That's who watched.
But who watches? Yeah, but who watches them?
Who watches
watches
the Watchers
it?
of the Watchmen?
Yeah, that's us.
Let's
That's could be. Okay.
Have fun. Let's just do this.
Okay, so you
Wait,
guys
is
are
he
gonna go.
dressed?
Thank you.
Okay, so what we're gonna do?
Ready to go.
Is he dressed?
Yeah, I mean he's got his armor on, whatever else. Like
He's set and ready to go. He's not like one boot on.
no, he's a little disheveled, but he's got his stuff together.
Okay, I'm
Ready to
gonna
go.
just tighten things where they need to be tightened. Good morning.
Oh my
You
god.
ever tuned to that that ring yet? The like, what's his face's ring? You're like halfling's ring.
Your turn.
I just realized I should have maybe tried to
Figure out what it
cast mend on his arms.
Well, you know what it does. The first one.
That's right. That's right.
That's why I have it around my neck.
No.
I've got his locket and the rings on the locket, because if I put it on, it'd be very large.
Oh shit. Okay, that's right.
Okay. So.
Okay. You can crack. So this is a good thing. Is they go in the necklace, you can crack the door, and we just zzz out of the door
Yeah.
because we're small.
It'll be very small, so I should crack the door before we zip out.
Can
Yes.
Ragnar open and shut the door?
Yes. A very tiny little crack.
So Ragnar will open the door.
This is gonna work!
I would feel more comfortable if you opened the door or I opened the door a very tiny crack because I don't feel comfortable having Ragnar do that.
What about Penis?
Penis doesn't do anything but scare you.
Yeah, you can't ask Penis. Penis does what Penis wants.
Penis, will you open the door?
I don't want to trust Penis to open the door.
He's not listening. Okay.
Oh, he's always listening.
All right.
Okay, is this the plan?
Yes.
All right.
Wait. You can't polymorph and then cast a thing.
Correct.
So you need to cast this other thing with Walker, the giant Walker, bearded Walker,
Fuck. That's right.
first.
I was
What-
waiting on that. I thought that was
I
gonna.
figured we'd get to it.
How about we crack the door open? How big of a space do you need to do dimension door?
I'm not gonna. It's not dimension door. It's.
We're just flying in like little bugs.
It's.
No, I mean, dimension-
I'm not doing. It's not dimension door. It's programmed illusion.
Yes.
120 feet.
Can you dimension door from inside the mansion with a crack open, away from the sentries, so that you can then cast your programmed illusion thingy, and then turn into flies, and then we move on?
Where is this gonna get?
Well, because you can't. Can you just?
Well, when you actually talk it out, like, don't do that.
So the door cracked. I can, but it's only 120 feet away.
Well, that should
Let's-
be fine.
Let's do it.
Do the 120 feet is the illusion, right? Is that
No,
what you just said?
no. It's a distance of 120 feet. The illusion is 30-foot cube.
Yes. Okay. So from 120 feet, do it along the tree line, away from us, like to the left or something. 30-foot whatever of pixies and giant walker.
Okay.
Giant walker, make them like. How tall are you gonna make them? Like 7 feet?
Like 8 feet tall.
Okay.
You want to be like 9 feet tall.
So then.
How tall am I now?
That's like half giant size.
You're like 6'1".
Yeah, let's try that.
You're like 2 Regnons.
Yeah.
Let's do
Yeah,
it.
you're like 2 of you Regnons, like on the shoulder.
Okay, yeah, let's do this.
Here, let's show you. 2 walker Ragnarok.
Let's not do that. Let's just do
One
this.
cartwheel on it, sort of leaps up.
Up.
Hup, hup.
Yeah.
Okay, crack the door. Cast the illusion. Illusion
Hey,
goes up.
do the
Hey.
Mm.
You're in the necklace now. Faltor.
No, you can say it. You can't just force people in there.
Oh.
You can't just.
Get in the fucking necklace!
What happens
What happens with what?
when she says fall door?
If you're resisting, you make a save.
Faltor.
I think I would automatically resist.
Yeah, make a charisma saving throw.
Don't use the luck.
I go in the necklace with a 4.
Yeah, that is too low.
Faltor.
Yeah, I've been waiting.
Faltor.
For Elitas?
Yeah.
He's been waiting for that the whole time. Like,
Yeah, just do the thing.
What does it smell like?
it is pretty trash.
Just it's a 90s hip hop video.
As you guys sort of zoom into the necklace, you see Is who's now kind of like caught in the headlights. He's just like,
Did he just shit
just
everywhere?
like right in the corners.
He went to his corner.
Yeah, he just like sort of looking at you guys like he's angry, but then you realize.
That's like what a cat does, like when it's sitting in the cat box, to like just look at you the whole time, but it's just like.
So he just poops a whole lot in that corner? Cool. The entire time I'm in here, I'm going to just try to prestidigitate the room.
Okay.
I'm just going to be focused on that. Don't look down. Careful where you're stepping.
Okay. We're gonna do this, okay?
Okay, the door's cracked, so now we're turning into flies.
No, I have to cast the thing. Okay, so
Plan has so many opportunities in it.
crack the door a bit,
Door's cracked.
like the smallest amount so I can see.
Step 1.
120 feet away from. So if we looked out, if the door was wide open, the ship would be in front of us, right?
Yep.
Wall. Okay. 120 feet to the right is an open area, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Along the tree line, but peeking out towards like the open area, I want to have pixies kind of like peeking out from behind trees, and I want a huge 8-foot tall, swole, just ripply mustache, starting here, but like more of a gap here, like just doesn't grow there very well.
Right.
But like starting like here, almost like where a Fu Manchu would kind of like start here, and then come down and like arc up, and then come down onto here into like one bolt, and then have it get to the middle of the chest and split off to the network.
It's like an electric diode chamber.
Yeah, and then like come straight down towards the pubis, but have like a lightning bolt.
Why don't we have critters so that can be drawn?
Yeah, anyone with artistic ability, that is the first pandering we will do to
Yeah.
So just almost like a just like a beefy like fisherman kind of looking dude. Like a ripped fisherman with like
like overalls. Kind of.
Yeah. Peeking behind trees.
Yeah, and you just kind of like got this huge sword staked in the ground, and you're just kind of like peeking, looking at the trees, but like enough for like your pecs to pop out. So like you mean business?
Like the weird like pseudo Vladimir Putin like thick Rick type of shit going on.
Yeah.
Okay. So you cast the illusion.
I don't get to see any of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that Walker?
Yeah, it is. Don't do bedroom eyes, it's too far.
Okay.
It's also not real.
Immediately, you actually hear.
It worked.
Okay, let's fly it up.
And the guards that were seemingly stationed inside the tree line, away from the fortress, kind of immediately begin looking around. And you see them sort of eventually catch that direction, and they begin sprinting full speed towards the fortress.
Turn into a fly. Wild shape.
I see her do that. Polymorph into a fly.
Okay?
Step 2.
And Hera's just slowly cleaning the walls, being like, it's gonna be fine. They're not gonna die.
And when we come back, we will see, for our last piece here, how the flies do in not getting everybody killed that are now in shit necklace.
What all over it? Soot. That's what I'm looking for.
It's got smut.
That's what I heard.
It's smooth.
It is a teenager.
Yeah, it's a teenager. So,
It's like probably that.
Evocative
It's that
glitters.
weird like
it's like this blazer beast with like a bunch of nipples.
or it's like the weird like catalog with lingerie in it.
Yeah, but like boots and armor and shit like that.
Or it's like a Nat Geo, just like a bunch of like Komodo dragons, just like.
Basilisk like tearing down gazelles.
Yeah.
Oh.
We'll be right back. Please stick around. We have our last piece. It will get better.
Or worse.
What's going on there?
That is better than Basilisk Port. What are you talking about?
Wait, what?
Perfect. Absolutely fucking perfect.
Look back.
We'll be right back.
Yeah,
Thank you.
And we're back.
Hello. I'm a fly.
I'm cleaning up shit.
That's not.
For those just catching up with us, the group is outside of the Eldritch Fortress, and after some scheming and planning, the current operating idea, Hera, Walker, and Letus are all on the necklace with yes. A programmed illusion has been cast outside of the Eldritch Fortress, in which a 9-foot tall Walker, who looks like a Freddie Mercury fisherman Santa Claus, is
description.
leading a army of pixies towards nowhere. It's a 30-foot cube.
Yeah, they just kind of dodgy in the forest.
You have a very shifty and menacing Freddie Mercury with no shirt on and lightning nipples, which seems to have collected some attention.
As you would.
Right. And while the impending chaos is underway, Skadi and Sproigins have shifted form and are both currently small, tiny flies, and are now in the process of potentially trying to
This is so terrible.
penetrate the fortress
Sounds great.
to locate a secret armory to explode the entirety of the Eldritch.
I actually think we can get in. I don't know if I get now.
So,
What happens next?
I'm gonna follow, based on our last conversation, I'm gonna follow Skadi's lead into where we need to go
okay,
as flies.
sure. Skadi,
Yes.
I need you to make an intelligence check. Make an intelligence check.
Oh, that's good.
Like first dice or that of a fly?
No, intelligence,
She
wisdom, and
maintains-
charisma.
Yep.
Um,
Charisma is a creature trait, I'm pretty sure.
No, it's Constitution, Dex, and Strength that stay as a creature, and then the other ones are me. I'm pretty sure.
Well, it's intelligence regardless.
15.
15. Okay. How are you intending to enter the fortress?
Well, I read the map.
Mm-hmm.
Kira didn't read the map, but Skadi did.
Okay.
So I'm going to take the most, as the crow flies, or the fly flies,
Sure.
direct route.
Okay.
Avoiding the attacking.
We'd probably
Eldritch.
fly just straight up.
Yeah, let's do that. We'll fly straight up and then over.
We're
This
very
is gonna
small.
work.
These dudes are very big. We're very small. We can see them. We can not go where they are.
Right. I have advice, but I'm not there.
No, you're not.
And the next
So, as you guys careen towards the canopy of the trees from the forest that you're in, and immediately break through to see the continual setting sun behind the elven fortress, you guys make your way inward, fly lining towards the central area that the map seems to allude to from that main courtyard you originally talked
There's not like a window in the necklace, is there?
No.
I can just like portal it.
And you guys immediately see a scattered collection of troops sort of funneling and moving towards that section of wall where the programmed illusion was recently cast. And as you're beginning to crest past the battlements, you see a great number of archers loosing arrows. And as you're sort of seeing this off to your right-hand side, just right immediately to your left, you begin to hear as the exterior gate begins to drop and the telltale noise of chains hitting gears is continuing to lower the door. And as you sort of move past the battlements and look down into the open courtyard, it appears a whole garrison of troops is now funneling out towards this general area where this illusion was cast. you are all, the people in the necklace are able to see out of the necklace. It's limited in view simply based on the fact that you're all kind of just like cramped in.
Do I see Walker?
Like the
I would say no, based on the direction and the fact that the necklace itself is sort of melded into the form of the flies. It's not necessarily a necklace anymore. It's sort of the semblance of the enchantment that you're able to witness. And you guys continue to move in based on your sort of memory of the map and your natural outlander skills. Even in somewhat unfamiliar terrain, you are able to navigate to where you believe the map suggests you take your first arc. And as you do, you encounter a bit of like a sort of cutout portcullis with a series of gates that are all open at the moment, sort of like jail style, sort of double security and locking chambers. You'd be able to easily fly through the bars regardless, but continue to move down, navigating, passing this doorway, hang a left here, and you find a doorway that begins to lead you down into some sort of underground structure set up for this fortress.
It's totally gonna work.
It's difficult to gauge distance as you are flies and you're not really adept at gauging those kind of ratio changes. However, you feel like maybe you're somewhere between 1,500 to 2,000 feet now inside after having made some of these changes. Then you go down. And it immediately becomes clear to you. They don't use torches underground. They don't have any light sources or situations that would illuminate in your immediate vicinity. It would seem, at least in most of these elves, clearly operate off of some consistent form of night vision that's beyond what you guys would be used to.
Does a fly not have dark vision?
It's not.
Okay.
I checked this.
Do we have good hearing?
Not particularly. I mean, all those flies adept at their hearing abilities that you know so well and hear of all the time. So immediately, your pace slows as you are not certain of the direction. Right now, with the illumination bleeding into this sort of downward staircase, you're able to still see about 5 feet in front of you, but you can tell sort of up ahead it leads to darkness that will no longer be illuminated by the entrance of this staircase.
Do we?
Can we talk? We don't understand each other even though we're both speaking fly.
I'll say sure.
Sproigins.
Yes.
Do you have dark vision?
No. Neither do you.
I know I don't. It does.
Wait. Well, I do, but the fly doesn't.
Well, do you see anyone around?
What? I wouldn't maintain my dark vision as a fly, would I?
No.
Okay. Okay. Well, where do we need to go?
That way.
Buzz.
Okay. So can we hug the wall? Like just stay hugging the wall and go. Do we need to just go straight?
Well, it's a series of turns, and you would basically be riding this hallway until you had to make a turn to your right, and essentially that would wrap you underneath one of the larger structures that was easily observable from the exterior of the castle, and that puts you somewhat close to the room after a couple more turns and access points that you would have to get to.
Okay, so how about when we need to make it? So if we need to make a right turn, we'll hug the right wall until it's no longer, until we feel it's a right turn.
Deal.
And then we do that. And if we need to take a left turn, we'll just go straight to the left wall.
I run into it like a fly does.
Yeah, but like don't go, zooming real fast.
Well, I can't see very well, so I would zoom into it real fast, but then
But
the
just
flies
don't-
do that.
Just don't.
There are also flies while talking.
Yes. Also flies.
This is gonna work.
Okay.
What kind of
let's
spell is
do it.
going with?
What?
What level is it?
Fifth.
I'm not polymorph, I'm wild shape.
I don't know.
Okay. Head nodded.
Smells so bad in here.
Okay, so we're gonna do that. Still gonna follow your lead.
Okay.
We're like holding wings.
Okay. Now operating solely off of memory
Yep.
and trying to gauge surroundings purely through tactile contact. Need you to make another intelligence check.
Done.
Do I hear anything?
What?
Do I hear like any sort of movement or
Make a perception
talking?
And we can see.
You can.
I can see
So can Walker. Yeah.
14.
with my dark vision. I can see out of the necklace into the darkness.
What'd you get?
14.
What'd you get?
13.
Okay. You do hear maybe what sound like gentle footsteps in a distance of some direction. It's difficult to say as the noise itself is somewhat echoey and appears to be bouncing off of what you presume to be a number of hallways and chambers and things of that nature. You hear the slight grinding of chains or dragging of chains, but they seem to be in some type of perpetual motion of sorts. So it's not a dragging and stop, it's a kind of continuous grinding noise of something sort of chained or a gear you're able to sort of pick up on. Would you roll for your intelligence?
13.
Okay. So you guys continue to fly, buzzing and bumping against the walls, and you hit a gap in the wall and immediately dart across to the other wall. But like there's also not a wall there. Okay, back, turn, touch. Yeah, this is probably it. This is probably the wall. And then continue to
Oh, Skadi.
This is gonna work.
Okay. Can you wild shape whenever you want?
I only have 2 per day.
Okay. But you can also polymorph, right?
That is correct, sir.
Okay.
if she has one.
I do.
Leadus, this is gonna work.
Okay.
I have no doubt.
Do you want to
I can't see.
break your wild shape
It's going good.
to
It's going really good. I'm going to continue focusing on this
To,
blank wall.
like
and
I'll sit on your shoulder and you can like walk to where you know that we need to go?
I can't see.
Yeah, but you could do like a torch, or you could like pop people up, pop everybody out of the necklace.
Pop Hera out of the necklace.
Yeah.
Walker's the tracker. I should probably pop Walker out.
You can just pop everybody out. I imagine we're like just perched on like the wall with like wings, like or like the little like
You've got little legs.
yeah.
This is gonna work. This is
Your
good.
legs
The
are
feelers are just going all crazy.
Alright, you stay a fly though.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna pop out a wild shape.
Okay.
Walker, I don't know if you, or not Walker. Sproigins, I don't know if you can hear me, but come here.
Can I understand her?
Yeah.
As a
Take your gun soon. Falls over. I'm gonna let everyone but Is out. What the? Shh. We're lost.
I look around. Is there an elf around?
Pass without a trace.
Make a perception check.
You two have dark vision, right?
Yes.
25.
25. You are hearing footsteps, same as Sproigins. You now hear that they're being drawn your direction. It's still difficult to tell because of the echoey nature of these winding hallways and catacomb-like structures how far maybe, but you can tell that they're drawing closer.
Somebody is coming. Why are we out of the necklaces? Why don't you turn into something that has night vision?
That's a good idea.
Because somebody is coming.
Okay,
So put us back in the necklace. Turn into something that can see in the dark.
Turn it into a bat.
done. Baltar.
How does that work? Because I did do pass without a trace. So does that just go away?
No, I would say it's cast.
Nice.
Concentration up to 1 hour.
No, you cast it. I don't think, changing your location plane-wise or other negates the spell being cast. So.
Because it
so
affects
easily
whoever's-
concentrate.
Yeah.
What can spells go out? Because it said a veil of shadows and silence radiates from you.
I mean, we're still by you.
But isn't it within
Kind
30
of.
feet, whoever it's cast on gets the
Yeah.
benefits?
I'll
It
say
doesn't
it.
have to be help.
If you allow it, you'll allow it. But I just that's a weird one.
I'll say it works, yeah.
I'll allow
Based
it.
on the nature of how it was cast and where. And then, yeah, we'll say it gets cast without a trace as well. What are you?
I'm not anything yet. Sproigins. I'm gonna turn into a bat. I'm gonna try not to eat you, okay?
Okay, I don't.
Who's there? And you begin to hear footsteps sort of accelerating, and as you sort of shift into a bat and kind of hug the wall, you see another, and this one compared to the one you brutally murdered is a lot more Deshaun size. He's probably just shy of 8-ish feet tall. Instead of the sort of plate black, he's got huge steel flanks, trailing from his shoulders all the way down. Massive, heavy plate armor.
They're gonna need him for a 10-foot walker.
He keeps getting taller every time. He's 13.5-foot tall walker. He's the full 30-foot dude. He's in a block, 30-foot square.
Actually, gelatinous.
Gelatinous walker with a weird mustache.
Like a Dorito just falls off.
Former life number 6.
And you see him kind of sort of burst into the hallway, and he's kind of seems to sniff the air for a moment and he starts kind of closely examining his surroundings. And the room that you were actually just in, he pokes his head in there, comes back out into the hallway.
This whole time I'm thinking, you don't move. You can't see. Like a bat. I got bat wings like this.
And you see him turn and go back out into the hallway, but now he seems to be scurrying up the stairs down the hallway that you guys were originally coming from.
So he's not going the direction we're going?
No. Now being able to see and having the advantages of knowing,
Is he on me or because
I would say that you turn into a bat with a tiny little saddle. He's fly kicking it.
Yeah. I mean, I've got little hooks and shit on my, on my shit. It's not like a June bug.
Yeah, we'll say he is capable of riding you to a certain extent.
Yeah.
You're my Falcon.
This is gonna work.
He just
I
goes
fell.
streamline wings to reduce his drag and just kind of.
Yeah, they're back and,
He's pretty streamlined.
yeah. Michael Phelps.
Yeah, if you dived right now, he'd drown, but still be good. You know what I mean? So you go down, recognize the mistake you had made before, and are able to self-correct. Make one more intelligence check to determine the last set of directions.
16.
Oh,
16. Now, sort of understanding the structural design and the purpose behind their layout and overall sort of how the map was created in a way to suggest a certain thing to you, it has become a little bit more clear as you've ventured further down, and you are able to get to the last turn and you arrive at what you believe to be the doorway for this underground armory. However, when you arrive, and it's not overt based on the fact that you have night vision, so it's a very sort of gray scale, but this sort of stoned archway, what would be a wooden door or a stone slab or anything to that effect, appears to be black, perfectly black. You don't see texture, you do not see any kind of shape or dimension. The cutout of the door and the stones put in place to support the arch and everything about it, from a construction standpoint, seems very clear, very easy. You see it in grayscale due to your night vision, but it's still very much familiar and easy to represent. But the whatever the door would or would not be, even if it is or is not there, completely black.
Can she understand me? I'm a fly
I'm now
talking
going
to a
to say
bat.
no. She does not understand you.
This is good.
Wings come up the cut. I don't think flies have, I don't know where a fly's ears would
I feel like your legs would just stick in wherever your ears are.
or like the feelers would wrap around.
Yeah, that's got to be it. We'll go with that.
I also can't see any of that, so I don't know what's going on.
Sure.
So never mind.
We apologize to any bug collectors who know where a fly's ears would be.
Yeah, I don't. You know what? Don't at me, okay? I don't.
Yeah, we're gonna go with what we go with.
I'm a iceborne it up.
Okay, so you're gonna drop form.
Yep.
This is gonna go well.
Who are you spitting out?
Yeah.
Both of these two and lead us.
Okay. Are we out?
Shh. We're at the door, but I don't want to work it. I couldn't do it as a bat, and I can't see. I grab Letus's shoulder and I'm just gonna.
Who's touching me?
It's Hera. I'm gonna just move you out of the way, okay?
I
Dude.
feel like I shouldn't have come. And he kind of.
Dude.
I'm gonna fall toward lead us back in the necklace.
He doesn't go back in.
Yes?
What?
Do you want to go back in the necklace?
I didn't want to do this plan from the beginning. Right. Shit. What the fuck is that?
I think Sproigins.
Do.
Necklace.
No, it smells terrible. I'd rather die blind than in there.
Okay, but just then stay shh. And I just scooch him to be next to.
And he kind of does that like all stiff arms sideways shuffle.
You can't see either,
No.
correct?
I could see as a bat, but I couldn't do anything as a bat.
Okay. Here's Letus. You two just stand there. No, that's me. That's
You
me.
just kind of feel this like drunk grasp. Yep, here I am. That's me.
That's Hera.
That's Letus.
That's there you. Okay. I'm stepping away. Don't move.
Oh, better do bedroom hands.
Not there.
This is my no-no square.
I want to check the door, inspect it, the gap, whatever this is.
Bye bye.
I don't want to touch it or anything when I inspect it for
Traps.
traps, and also to see if there's button or lever, some.
Okay, make an investigation check.
$18.
18. You don't see anything really telling about the door, as it is almost completely formless. But around the exterior of the brick archway, sort of on the other side of the 6-inch gap where the stones are used to create this, you see what appears to be a very, very soft, red glow almost. Because of the grayscale and the complete pitch blackness, it's very difficult to pick up, but you're sort of just seeing this faint whisper of a red hue sort of lining up the perimeter of the door. You have to get very close to see it, but that's the only thing that stands out to you.
Is it a thin line, or is it scrolling?
It just appears to be a line.
So I see this and I'm doing a whisper, so being very quiet, but I don't want to be completely silent here. So I see this red line around the door frame. Don't know what that means.
Probably something elfy.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a alarm, or it could be anyone who's not authorized is going to explode, or, could just be like, here's a black curtain of darkness.
Can we just set the bomb here?
Can we throw it through it?
These are all good ideas.
Who's got the bomb?
Sproigins.
Like
Can I understand them as a fly?
Yeah.
Do I hear anything? Like, are we pretty peaceful, quiet down here, or are we still within the earshot of footsteps or anything like
Make a
that?
perception check.
Ooh. Perception is good. 18.
18. Eerily quiet.
Okay.
You are now still hearing the very soft hum of this. Something that was still grinding or connected or something. Some kind of contraption still gently sort of breaks through the silence, but you don't hear anything else.
And we're just in a straight hallway with this blackened doorness.
Correct.
There's no, obviously, windows or anything.
Okay, I'm gonna drop my form.
Hi, Sproigins.
Hello. Stop it.
Just hang on to lead us.
Okay.
I would like to use my walker ability and do detect portal.
Okay. You do not detect any portals.
Can you detect magic?
Skadi's necklace pings, but that's it.
Yeah, I can detect magic.
Do you also have dispel magic?
Let's find out, shall we? I don't think so. Yes, I do. I was like, I asked you to equip it.
I do.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast. It has a visual component. I can't.
A visual?
It's verbal.
Verbal.
You're right.
You can.
I can't speak.
Well, do you have to see the magic item you're discussing?
I think it hits your senses.
Do you want me to cast light?
Just says within range.
I don't have to see
I
it.
don't know. I don't know yet. I don't.
Yeah, it doesn't say you have to see it, so.
I'm gonna try and dispel magic on the door. Wait, do you want me to?
I know. I want you to detect magic right now to see if you get a large amount of magic from the other side of this.
Yeah, it's where all of the power stuff. Whenever, just cast it and see.
Detect magic.
Through the blackness of your inability to see anything,
2018.
the door does light up, and a silhouette in a soft glow sort of appears in your vision that appears to be sort of the rounded foundation of a generic-looking door, smooth and simple, as well as what appears to be kind of a strange rainbowish outline over the glowing. It's difficult to sort of place them on anything physical as it's sort of glowing through the darkness, but you are able to sense that this is magical in nature.
It's a fucking magic door.
Okay. Can you do?
Yeah.
How bright does light get?
It's
Like we don't want to light this
It's-
MF up.
gonna be lit.
Can you do? Hey, can you with your pristine digitalization? Can you make enough little fire in your hand for Skadi to be able to see?
Hold up. I know I can make a small fire.
Let me put some Hera in it. Hold up, wait a minute. Let me put some Hera in it.
What are we doing?
If you can create an instantaneous harmless sensory effect, can I have, because it says I can instantly light or snuff out a candle, a torch, or a small campfire.
Mhm.
Can I do a little fire in my hands? Would that just burn me?
Don't you have torches?
I will say, based on the nature of the description of the spell, you cannot sustain any kind of.
Okay, then I take out a very small torch.
Why are we doing this?
Because
we don't want a big.
You only have one torch size. You only have.
Can I light the torch very like light a tiny flame on it,
Well,
like a lighter flame, or is it just?
they're also built to like ignite the torch.
Would
That's
it-
how a torch functions.
Would a torch be brighter than
Light.
the light spell?
What is the light? Because the torch will give you.
Bright light within 20 and then dim light within 40 or whatever.
So yeah, it would be dim light out to 30.
Or let me-
bright light within 15.
It says, it sheds bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for an additional 20 feet.
So yes, it would be less bright than a light spell.
Okay. Essentially, I want Skadi to try to dispel this magic, but last time I was with Thorol, when he dispelled the magic, it exploded in Tarkwaria's prison.
I could try walking through it.
Or Misty stepping through it?
Well,
Can't see the
you could
other
do,
side.
Yeah, etherealness.
I can't see the other side.
Mm.
Do you want to give him the stone and?
I don't think you can.
Well, any of us can hold it. It's just if his intent changes.
Yeah, I don't, because I want to know that this stuff is on the other side.
Okay.
So, yeah, do you want to do
Because you can go. You don't have to go
etherealness?
through the door, right? You can
I-
just go through the wall.
I can go, yeah. But is it like... So the impression I got is there's like the thing, right? But then that's pretty much the whole wall right there for the most part.
It's difficult to tell how much room would be behind it, simply based on the idea that, there's another door that's 30 feet down or so.
I think I'm just going to try to go through the
Through the
door. And then let's have exit strategy ready to go.
Well,
The
we
exit
still-
strategy is you back in the necklace and us turning into creatures again.
Okay.
But then if you come running out and you say they're fucking in there, then I'm throwing the thing in, and then we're
But
doing.
the door is closed, isn't it?
What? There's no
I mean,
door.
it's just black. We don't know.
But I think
It's just a single black.
I thought it was like whatever this is some sort of magic entrapment in front of a closed door. So if you throw it, it's just gonna be like.
Maybe, or it might be open.
And when you saw the magic around it, was it just around the square, or was it around this entire facing wall?
It was around the square and it was like a rainbow.
Oh, that's pretty.
It was pretty.
So the wall was bare from the magic?
It appeared to be.
Just go through the wall, why go through the magic door?
Because what if the wall is very thick right there, and it's just more wall?
Valid. You don't want to travel for.
This was clearly meant to be a doorway.
Does it look like it doesn't? Alarm doesn't make a thing. It could be like.
Well, I guess I would know that from doing alarm, correct?
Yes, it's completely invisible.
Has anybody heard of this kind of spell, or does it look familiar to anybody?
I'll do a history check.
I would assume.
Who are any of you proficient in Arcana?
Yes.
You can make an Arcana check.
Ooh. 15.
15. It seems magical in nature. It seems
You don't say.
that it may have some kind of minor spell enchanted into some type of mechanism,
Yeah.
but you're not able to identify what the spell would be or necessarily how it was implemented.
Don't go through the door. Go through the wall that's right next to the door. And just
Do
like
I know if
scooch
this
around.
is something that I can counterspell?
Counterspell would be specifically for while a spell is being cast. Dispel is when magic has already taken a hold, or if you're using the
Because if you go
restoration to undo the
diagonally
effect.
to where the other side of the door should be.
Yeah, other side of the door.
What do you guys want to do?
Yeah, do the thing.
Because if you go through the door, I have a feeling it's going to harm you.
What?
I need the stone.
We're not going through the door. Give him the stone.
We're totally gonna blow this thing up. I'm just gonna pass it to someone else, but the intent is to just drop it in there and explode it. This walker.
Introduction. I would also like to point out, at no point in time have they ever been told that the stone is listening to them.
Also true.
something.
Prior experience.
Just assuming.
I'm gonna cast non-detection,
Okay.
and then cast Etherealness and run through the door.
Let me actually double check. Non-detection. And etherealness is from your ranger.
Correct.
Okay.
This is great Dungeons and Dragons.
Horizon Walker Etherealness.
I'm anxious.
Okay. So immediately you see your form
That is
vanish and go spectral until he just completely disappears in front of the very few of you who can actually see him.
And I'm hoping that either on the other side, if I get through the other side of whatever this blackness is, that I can just fucking let it loose, right? So that there's just a pile of rocks there.
He's gonna Jeff Horn a second.
Yeah. And or if there looks like there's nothing there, I'm gonna have to go in and not make it back out. So
Okay.
Just come back and tell
Can you
us
only
if
do it
there's
once at a time?
nothing.
it's 6 seconds.
how many times can you do it though?
Shit, so
Once.
that's like a.
So as you blink out of their reality
It's gonna work.
and enter the ethereal plane, you move through the black. Okay. As you enter in, you cross the threshold, and before you immediately see what is a very gentle declining ramp in front of you that reaches probably 30 feet downward into an open chamber.
Fuck. So
Would we have known this from the map, or is the map saying that this is the end?
The map has no scale or dimension to it whatsoever.
And he's already through anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I know.
all right.
It's not on this plane of existence.
Pass Without a Trace is still up, right?
It is.
And I have non-detection up. Let's go.
Alright. You dash down into the.
Well.
Let's not pull a Hera here.
Failing to check for traps, you spring forward.
Since there wasn't just a big pile of stones there, and I'm stuck here now, I'm gonna take my time.
After you take just a few seconds to gauge the situation, you feel yourself return to form and recognize now that this chamber, as well as a small portion of the ramp, is illuminated. It seems as if there is some kind of light source emanating from that room.
Do I see anything on this side that is like a off switch or
Like an off torch?
yeah.
Make a investigation check.
No.
That one.
So you're gonna go with the Bone Daddy, huh?
18.
You don't see.
Let's go.
At this point, 6 seconds has gone by, and are you banging on the door?
No.
Okay.
Wanna bang
Okay.
on the door all day.
He might be dead.
Are you dead though? Well, because if you didn't blow up yet, he's got the stone.
So, Walker.
I'd
You
like
go
to
down.
make sure that my cage is ready to go as well.
Okay, prep the cage. You begin to walk down this ramp carefully, non-detection, and
Pass Without a Trace deed.
are able to sort of peer down, and you do in fact see that this
This is not gonna
illumination
work.
is coming from this chamber. How do you want to do this?
I don't see anything in terms of.
Make a perception check.
Whoa. That's a good ass
Yeah.
roll, though.
That's 23.
23. As you kind of lower your body just to try and get a little bit of extra insight before your legs expose you to something that might be in there, you kind of bend down and you see what appears to be kind of a very long dais, like a sort of a ritual platform or an altar of sorts. And you sort of are able to see that as you get lower and kind of peer more into the room, the light that you're seeing seems to be emanating from something that is shining down directly on this platform. You don't hear or see anything. It appears to be still. The grinding chain noise is not present. You're not hearing any of your compatriots in the hallways. Extremely quiet.
Okay.
How long do we wait before we?
Just go on this door and go.
Yeah.
Just give it a minute more. A minute?
No. Give it a few more seconds.
What are you going to do?
I am carefully
Non-detection.
and trappy catchy going to start making my way to the altar.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check for traps.
Making my way downstairs. Walking fast, like a bit right hand.
And altar.
If there wasn't traps before, there might be now. 6.
Oh!
What, you just created traps?
Okay. Yep, you do not see traps.
Yep.
Okay.
So I'm going to kind of keep my eye on what's glowing and then also on the altar.
Sure. So, are you just now continuing to move forward?
There's no other stones around or anything that looks like this.
You're still not able to see. You're not even all the way down the ramp.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought I was down at some sort of landing and okay.
You were kind of coming down.
Yeah. So I want to get down to that landing so I can see what's.
Okay.
Get the layout.
Yeah.
As you move down towards the landing, you're able to see there's these sort of altars. They're probably about 10 feet wide. And there's these tiny, chalices almost, sort of goblets, like from Raiders of the Lost Ark
Okay.
type of
Okay.
cradle goblets. And in each one of them, there appears to be a stone similar to the one you're holding that is radiating this golden bright light from it.
Found it.
The second one from the end on the right hand side is the goblet is present, but there is no stone in place.
Okay.
How much time has passed since he's gone through the door?
I gotta see something
So
here.
this has been 30, 40 seconds.
I'm just checking out if one of these spells is a concentration here.
He's stuck in a wall.
Do you hear anything?
So pass without a trace
No.
is.
He probably went through the door and died.
Can we hear anything?
I mean,
How far is this cup away?
The chain.
From you, probably just 20 feet. It's on the other side of the room. It's kind of got this, again, the ornate altar. There appears to be some sort of scrawling designs and things of that nature that are kind of meant to represent some kind of symbolism that seems to be attached to each one of these stones.
Okay. I am going to Misty Step to the empty cup.
Okay.
Place the stone, Misty Step back to where I currently am, and then haste, lose pass without a trace, back up the ramp, pull up my bow.
Okay. You misty step, and as soon as you do, you actually see sort of your foot right as you're moving forward kind of scrape on the edge of the platform, and you teleport across to see this massive piece of clear glass almost drop down with a rock, and all of a sudden it begins to hum.
Don't care.
And you see the gold light start to come around the base of this rock, similar to the other ones, but you also hear the rock kind of, and tiny little flakes of rock seem to be flipping off of it. Misty step back across as 2 more glass plates had fallen, and the very first step inside the chamber is now crumbling away into what appears to be a chasm below. And as you're kind of casting that haste on yourself and getting your bow ready, you see just these huge flood of acid begin to fill these 2 glass chambers. Turn and start going on and make it to the top of the ramp.
I'm gonna pull out my red arrow. Nope, yellow arrow.
Okay.
And shoot it at the black void.
Which ones are your yellows again?
Those would be the explosive arrows.
Roll on attack.
Has it been a minute yet?
Is this a sharpshooter?
Yeah.
Sharpshooter.
Do we hear
or
any of that
sharpshooter?
shit?
I'm gonna guess I wouldn't
Either
do
way, like,
sharpshooter.
how many times can he go ghost? Like, even if he made it okay, can he come back out?
No, not be a ghost.
Oh, you can only do it
18.
one time a day, I think.
Actually, 23. I wouldn't have gone sharpshooter on.
This is a terrible plan.
That will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
This is a great plan.
What is my damage now?
I'm sure he's fine.
It's your normal.
We just-
Oh yeah, because I didn't add any stuff to that, so.
Yeah, it's your normal arrow damage plus 6d6.
Or should I? Maybe there's
6d6.
Against rough.
Okay, well I rolled a 1.
Can you double?
And now.
No.
So that would have been.
Because what if it's like that other
6.
one where he dispelled magic then exploded anyway?
Well, we can go to the end of the hall, kind of peer down the hall, and she can do it, and then.
Do you have to touch it?
34.
34.
Touch it. Touch the button.
Alright, well, while you guys are talking about this.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out whether we should dispel the magic on the door or not.
Sure. Definitely.
It's good that you guys are talking about it.
Yeah.
They can be 120 feet away.
This is
Oh,
gonna.
that's not so bad. I need all of you to make Constitution saving throws.
Awesome.
Oh, I gotta roll for Letus.
Well, he's in the necklace.
No, he's not.
Oh!
He didn't.
Letus, way to go, buddy.
What is
Good.
this?
That's good.
Constitution saving throw.
I haven't used the luck yet. This feels like one of those don't be dumb and use the luck moments.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. 12.
Okay.
Down a yellow arrow.
Mine's just 15.
Just.
Why did you try to blow it up instead of just walking through it?
Because I figured it was going to damage me if I just walked through it.
All of you, as you're kind of sitting there talking, like, all right, maybe we can go away and dispel it. You're all rocked by an explosion, and you find yourself plastered with this sort of like oozy, ichor type liquid that like immediately just sprawls all over you like a symbiote suit and begins to sink into you. All 3 of you are now at 1 hit point. And you can now see Walker sprinting up the ramp.
And this stuff is still sinking into us?
Yeah, it's like this kind of sticky goop that's on you.
I try to prestidigitate it. Oh god.
Time to go! Time to go!
Oh, so good.
At this point now, you 3, as well as you, begin to hear kind of this whirring noise. Sort of.
Okay.
And the lights that are at the
Faltor us
bottom
into
of
the
the ramp
necklace.
are kind of illuminating.
Beam us out with
also.
the dimension door.
Beam us out where? It's
As far
it's
away-
500 feet. I don't know.
Time to go.
I don't know the fucking path.
We're turning into fly. No, I'll turn into a bat and you jump on.
Okay.
Faltor.
I'm in.
Faltor.
Dulitus.
Faltor.
And he just jumps in.
Okay.
Okay, polymorph into a bat.
Okay.
Lay on hands.
Polymorph into.
You got heals? Okay.
Fly.
I've got 5 health points.
I'll
On
heal.
your back.
I still.
Well, I still cast it on you, even though. Oh, I don't need to roll because it just is max now.
but your heals seem to have no effect. Okay, make a dexterity check as you're flying out of the hallway as fast as you can.
Advantage because she's already done it.
I'd say it's the agility of cornering tightly.
17.
Sure, that'll get it done just enough, and you're kind of using your bat form, akin close enough to owls and mechanic sense. Not to mention you had come down, so you're a little bit more familiar with the pathway to get there. You make your first turn, are zigging and zagging through, eventually come back towards the area where you are looking up at that staircase that you had first originally come down. At this point in time, though, you begin to hear kind of this thunderous sort of vibration, just sort of like the entirety of all the structure around you are shaking. And as you kind of reach sort of the bottom area of that staircase, looking ahead through the hallway, you actually see, get down there! A number, at least a dozen Eldritch Knights seem to be charging down the stairs, sprinting full speed. What do you want to do?
I want to keep flying.
So you're just going to try and go right over him and right on through?
You can't hear me over fly.
I'm a fly. Buzz.
Yeah.
I hear, well, I'm assuming, especially since I'm a bat, I definitely hear the thunderous.
Thunder.
Yeah, I want to get as far away from that as possible.
Okay. They are sprinting full speed. They have halberds and swords at the ready. And as you're kind of cruising through, some might not see you, some might not care, but they just sprint past and let you fly.
This is gonna work. I mean, we'll see what happens.
As
Feelers are way back.
I just want to be clear. At what point did we decide Sproigins needed to turn back into a fly? Could have just fall toward him into the necklace.
I know.
I mean, it's already pretty tight.
Yeah.
No.
Could have been fell toward
Yeah.
as a
Once the explosion, the like black stuff, I feel like shit. Super more than same amount of hit points as I have.
All right, you guys are flying up the staircase as quick as you can. You are now seeing that there is a huge flood of people that are sprawling out. It appears almost chaotic compared to the military precision that you are typically used to seeing in their movements, their groups, even the people who are charging out at you. There's a rank and file formation. They're moving shoulder to shoulder. You go out, and by the time you breach the courtyard, you see those barred gates that were open on the way through, and they're currently closed now. And you see that people are running every which way. There's utter chaos. I need you to make a dexterity check to make it through the now closed bars.
I would like to use Bardic Inspiration as a fly, but it's not gonna work.
Let me use my last luck.
I think all they have to do is hear you. I'll let you try with a charisma check.
Okay.
Luckily, she can.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Holy crap.
Not that it's gonna help one.
Not gonna help much.
It's just charisma?
A charisma check to see if she hears your bardic inspiration.
I can't just go
But it would
up and
be-
over?
It would be my roll plus my charisma modifier.
Yes.
14.
Okay. We'll say that you do hear him. What do you say?
Come on. If you need to be in tune with Mother Nature, this is it. This grants you queenhood into Mother Nature. Everything that you've done is absolved.
So I will say
As Skadi is crying.
you heard that as buzz, 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 but you did take its message, and you do feel that semblance. Go ahead and take your D10 of bardic inspiration.
It's a grand total of 13.
13.
With a crit on the 10.
As
Oh no, 14.
Because you had a 2.
Yeah.
as you are flying super fast, you now see that the wall to your immediate right is actually beginning to fall away into whatever structure it's part of. And
Fucking place is imploding.
as you're racing towards this gate that's only 20 feet ahead, you are now seeing kind of a fissure emerge below you on the ground and just get wider and begin to fall away. And as you do, you're sort of distracted for a moment, and you're about to fly directly into one of the huge cross sections of the bars, and the entire frame just retches and bends, and you happen to flip through, do a sideways corkscrew roll, and like kind of upside down through the rest of the bars, and just kind of begin to fly skyward as soon as you make it through. You end up across the battlements, flying out, and make your way over towards the forest line.
Is 30-foot walker there?
Yeah, do I see 30-foot walk?
I think this time you cast multiple concentration spells, have you not? Polymorph is a concentration
Yeah, but
spell.
programmed illusion is not a concentration spell.
Oh, then yeah, he'd still be up there. There's
Yeah,
no
he's
one,
still just.
no one looking at him really doing anything, but there's like also a giant walker dressed as fisherman Santa.
Yeah, like 6,000 foot walker.
Yeah.
Dressed now as a tree.
And you now make your way to the tree line with this massive rumbling now behind you.
I'm gonna keep going.
Okay.
I would assume I'm kind of in a daze. I'm extremely upset about what we just did.
I'm gonna polymorph out of a fly into a bat. Just like Skadi.
Okay.
Holy shit, squeak, squeak! That was awesome. You did it.
We killed all of them.
No. If we fly away, we don't know that. Let's go straight to the pixies.
We killed
Or we didn't kill anything.
all of them.
No, you're just being silly.
Did the fissure take up the whole city?
You guys don't know.
Should we go straight to the pixies?
I'm gonna drop to the ground.
Okay.
Can I make it rain?
Make it rain like water?
Yeah.
I mean, if you have water to begin with, well, you know, because you're spell cloaker, so yeah, sure.
Can I make it rain around the entire fortress though?
It's going to be way too big of a scale.
Okay, I want to make it rain though as much as I can.
Is it on fire?
No, back where we were.
Okay, so you land, you turn back into
Yeah.
Skadi. Are you staying in bat form?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you guys are all in the necklace. You kind of turn around. You guys are probably, considering you continued to fly beyond your immediate escape, are about 50 feet sort of inside that tree line. And as you emerge, you're kind of looking at this fortress, and you see one of the large central structures. It doesn't fall or break or it just begins moving downward and just disappears behind the wall. You're hearing just this violent shaking and erupting that's kind of echoed and charged by these screams and this and that sort of chaos ensuing somewhere in the middle. And at some point, one of the pieces of the wall literally just begins to fall backwards. And after
I'm gonna drop polymorph.
as the process continues, about 30 more seconds go by, and you see the entire fortress begin to just fold in,
Spit him out. Spit him out.
coalesce on itself,
Spit him out.
and start to turn into a singular sort of crater. And as it sort of reaches this weird climactic dip in the earth, you see
Oh, it's fucking beautiful.
and it begins just raining rubble and rocks and any manner of various debris, sort of in this perfect cascading plume in all directions. And the area at your feet, even just inside the tree line, is sort of scattered with tiny rocks and debris that were cast out. And the smoke and rubble sort of dissipates in that immediate burst. The air is thick with a smokescreen of dust and sand and earth. And as it settles briefly and the wind pushes it off, there's a depression in the earth and no sign of any existence whatsoever.
We wiped out a species, dude.
I'm a Faltor. Everyone, including us.
Mhm.
I'm going to drop to my knees. I'm going to pull out Telcher's divining rod. And I'm going to pray to Telcher. Silently.
And that's where we'll leave it for this week. Everyone, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Deeds were done. And it was an interesting show in a number of facets. Sorry again for the technical difficulties we experienced, but we do thank you guys for hanging out. We will pick up in 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, to find out how.
Tabletop.
Oh, we will be trying to do. We're still working out the details. We'll put announcements on our Facebook, Twitches, etc. Follow those if you haven't already. On doing a one-shot for International Tabletop Game 27. 28. Thank you. And then we will pick up with finger guns, hopefully 2 weeks from now, to determine whether or not the group will make it through the Black March to find their third pillar. Thanks again.
Bye, guys.
Hanging out.
Thank you.
Bye.
Ooh, there you go.